are live.
I don't know why, but maybe it's because we've been listening to it for so long, but the intro music now just gets me more excited than, which is not the purpose of it. It's supposed to be creeping people out. But hi everyone. You know us, you love us. It's Wayne
And Kyle.
and Kyle, the creators of Ghost Maps, and welcome to a very, very special episode of Dead Air.
Friday the 13th special.
Friday the 13th episode of Dead Air. And to join us for tonight's very special episode, we figure, let's get somebody who works in something equally creepy, but in a separate, different kind of creepy.
Yes.
So today we have Guang Jin from Heinous.
Hi everyone.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure I'm getting this right. Heinous, an
Heinous.
Asian
Yes.
true crime podcast.
Yes. Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Guang Jin, and
Hello,
I'm the
Guang Jin.
producer of Heinous. Awesome.
And yeah, so this is the 13th, but it's also Friday the 13th. And what day was yesterday, Carl?
Yesterday was Thursday.
Was it the second Thursday of the month?
Yes.
Oh my god, the second Thursday of the month. You know what that means? I'm getting my radio voice all on. Yeah, we had a new episode of Ghost Maps yesterday as well.
Nice.
I see everybody like streaming in now. Hi guys. We had a new episode of Ghost Maps yesterday. If any of y'all have listened to it, please drop a comment, say what you thought about it, whether you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, you don't have to share it with us. It's fine. And we just love hearing all the nice things. But yeah, so Friday the 13th. What an ominous
Awesome.
date.
It's
Yeah.
kind of creepy.
How are you doing today, Guang Jin, on this Friday the 13th?
Good. Honestly, when I heard like the 30-second countdown, it was kind of creepy. And when you started, you're like, oh, it makes you excited. I was like, oh my god, these people are in too deep. They're in too deep right now.
Yes, we are. We're very deep into this thing.
It seems so bright where you are. So like we're like, oh okay lah. So
It's very bright. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, you've got
Yes.
the nice heinous background.
Yeah, the nice artwork,
Yes.
but it's still very bright. You're very safe.
Yes, you're fine. Us
Yeah,
on the
I'm,
other hand decided
honestly
to,
quite scared.
Don't worry.
it's okay.
It's okay.
The further into this conversation we get, the more you're gonna think to yourself, I can't believe these guys.
That's why I always have this, like this, like it's like
You're
liquid courage.
Liquid courage. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Into it
Yes.
as well. Into it as well.
Yeah.
We won't ask you to bring your any like tiger beer. We've got that covered, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Trying to get exclusive sponsorship, huh?
Oh, 'cause you know us.
Only for Tiger, lah. Yeah.
You know us. Every episode.
Damn.
Yep.
There's always the shout out to Tiger Beer. Yeah. So, anything weird happened to you today by any chance? Any strange thing aside from meeting us
Anything weird?
on this
Shit.
particular Friday?
That was
the
what I was about
13th?
to say. Oh, actually, very few creepy things happened to me. Only when I was in army. In army, it's kind of creepy. But yeah, not really on
It-
Friday.
It didn't happen on Friday the 13th, right? When you were in army.
Any
No.
like particular Friday the 13th like weirdness that happened to you?
Specifically on Friday
It's like
the 13th.
something happened and you're like, oh shit, it's Friday the 13th.
If you
Oh my
tell
God.
us that somebody in a hockey mask started chasing you down with a machete, that one either you're bluffing us, or
Or I'm the
you might have
person
grounds to sue some
behind.
people. So yeah.
Shit. Oh, but actually, no. I mean, like, not exactly on Friday the 13th itself. Did any creepy things happen to you today?
First of all, I like how you sounded somewhat disappointed that nothing terrifying has happened to you on Friday the 13th. And yet you're sitting down there, it's like, oh my god, I'm terrified of your music. What's gonna happen? Why? Nothing happened to me on Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
FOMO.
No, I think-
FOMO.
It's a creator thing, right? Like I feel like if there's supernatural beings or whatever, right, they'll be like, oh, it's this bunch of dumb creators again. Like every time I haunt them or something, they will turn it into a story. Like I need to start
Yeah, stop
charging them for
monetizing
royalty.
me.
Exactly.
Stop
They'll
I'm not a business.
we have to charge them royalties and shit, right? I mean, to set some context, I am born on
Yes.
the 13th. So
Oh.
to me, I feel like 13 is like my element. Not because that's not the reason why we're doing Dead Air because of the 13th. No, because 13 has always been a very well known unlucky number. It was between 13 and the 4th lah, so 13 won.
Okay.
I actually celebrated my 21st birthday on Friday the 13th, which is quite messed up. I only found out after the party, and it wasn't good because I couldn't sleep the whole night. I was feeling scared. I think I was sleeping with my then girlfriend, not but on separate beds because the bed is so small.
Thank you for
So
clarifying. I was a little bit, is that appropriate?
no, I need to set the context because the chalet itself is one of the most haunted ones. It's in Pasir Ris. So and it was this big bungalow version of it. So it was 4 a.m. Everyone has left. Even the drunk ones. So there was just me and my girlfriend in this very empty and big room with 2 different beds. I got scared. I legit got scared. I was like, I should sleep with her, right? I mean, not in that sense.
Oh, okay. I see.
Not in that sense, but like I should go, and sleep with her because I'm scared.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause Kyle's story for a second because
Yeah.
Guang Jin looks a bit like terrified to see where this is going. I'm just gonna say you can now roughly guess what Kyle's age is, right? By the fact that he's talking about chalets.
Why you gotta put in the age thing?
Hey, hey, man, it's always on me.
You're right.
So
Okay.
you know.
You're
So
right,
anyway, in the end, I cuddled beside her, and then we just chill for until morning. Then I think we went out for breakfast or something, but I couldn't sleep the whole night because the sudden realization of shit, it was Friday the 13th, and I had a party at a chalet in one of the most haunted parts of Singapore.
Damn.
Yeah. Then it's
Wait,
that realization. Yeah.
So nothing happened though. No
No,
spiritual.
I feel like it's all in the mind at that point.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are things that were real, but at that point for me it was more in my mind oh, confirm got ghost one. Because Friday the 13th, then haunted chalet, confirm got ghost one. So I didn't really believe my fears, but I was still afraid. So
Oh.
and that my girlfriend was very she's like a non-believer she don't care on. So I'm the scared one.
Damn, it's the non-believers that are the bravest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Quick,
But
quite slight tangent. Also, chalet went to Old Changi Hospital. The chalet beside Old Changi, they have torn it down already. It's one of the bigger ones. It's on top of a hill, just right beside Old Changi Hospital. Super haunted looking. Okay, got a bunch of guys. So we went.
This wasn't on a Friday the 13th.
It wasn't on Friday the 13th.
Okay, because that's just asking for it.
So we went, right? I remember there
Just
were
casually.
there were 3 units, right?
Yeah.
So the first unit on the right is actually occupied, but nobody is in. So I think they went out. The last unit on the left is occupied. They were there. Then there is our unit which is in the middle. The moment we open the door, for some context, I do have some sixth sense to the supernatural, so I can sense them. I opened the door. I looked at my friend who also have the same sense. We looked at each other like, yep, I can feel it. Can you feel it? And they're like, yep. It's just one look yep. Yeah, we both know that, okay, this place is haunted. Very haunted.
wow,
so we went
shit,
in.
that's nuts.
And
That's
then
nuts.
I took dips in the master bedroom. I also don't know why, with my girlfriend, right? And it's the same girlfriend. So that night I
That's
had
love, baby.
I had
She's a keeper.
so
She's a keeper.
she's yeah, I mean I kept her lah, but so is a big bedroom, like a master bedroom kind, very big. Then it has those super floor to ceiling wardrobe, so it's very big, right? But they are all empty lah. I mean because of chalet. So I got scared, and they were facing the bed, so I opened all of them before I sleep. So I slept facing, I think, nearest to the door. Then my girlfriend slept on this side. Then the whole room is all empty. So there's no, because it's a chalet, so it's not supposed to have anything. So it's all empty, and then it's so, so much negative face. It's very scary. So I think that kind of manifests. I'm not one to jump to oh, it's supernatural. So it
Yeah.
kind of manifests into a nightmare, but it felt so real. I dreamt that there was a female spirit standing in front of the wardrobe coming out. And then it didn't say anything, it just looked at me. And I was in that state, half asleep state. So I dreamt that I was awoken from the sleep. So I talked to the spirit. I said, look, we're just here for 2 days, Leave us alone. I am I respect you, but just we paid for this, and we are in your space. I get it. Just leave us be, and then I remember like tossing and turning till 7-8 a.m. And then my girlfriend was like super. So you awake already? I was like, I did not sleep. I did not sleep.
I only had a conversation with someone
Yeah.
No, but I didn't
for your
know.
protection.
Yeah.
I like how he started the conversation in the spirit, by the way, with look.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
look.
it's like
Like,
you kind of
you-
approach the person. That's
Yeah, I
nuts.
mean, they were people at one point, so that I think logic still flaws. But anyway, to cut the story short, right, is basically my girlfriend is so fearless that there was the second night thunderstorms at this part of Singapore. It's already damn creepy. Thunderstorms some more. All of us went down to play mahjong. She sleep alone, at 7 p.m.
Whoa.
She was like, I'm not feeling that good, so she went up and sleep alone, and she never on the lights. So the whole of second floor, all the light off. Then she just sleep alone inside and close the door.
Fearless or tired?
Wow, shit.
Just fearless,
Whoa.
like Jesus. She's just so fearless. I'm like, where you get the balls? Yeah, let me.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, okay,
Yeah.
but this whole like sixth sense thing, right? Okay, cause like, and I don't know how real this is, but I still remember when I was 14 years old, and that was my only like experience with having sixth sense. But like, okay, so I'm from one of those like Lasallian schools, so very often they'll always have like camps. And then people would stay and have some leadership training. And I still remember at night, right, when I was 14 years old, I remember like I left my room and I wanted to go to the toilet. And then there's this like pond. So you can imagine there's a pond like maybe on your left. And before the pond there's a bit of a wall. Then after that there's the toilet.
Yeah.
So as I was walking towards the toilet, I saw this young girl and she looked at me. And I was from an all-boys school. And I saw this young girl and I was like, huh, cool. Then this young girl just ran into the wall, Like, I'm serious. Like, this girl ran into the wall towards, like, the pond. And then I went back to sleep and I didn't pee.
No,
I was too
fair.
scared.
Wait. So you were asleep halfway and then
No.
you woke up.
Yeah, I woke up because I wanted to go to the toilet.
Okay.
And when I saw
So
the
it
young
was quite
girl,
near where you slept lah. So you haven't really
Yeah.
left your safety lah.
yeah, like,
Oh,
all
shit.
I did is just left the room. I was walking towards the toilet. I see the girl run into the wall.
Yeah.
Then I just went back in and I was like, you know what? Actually, I don't really need to pee. I'm quite okay. I'm quite
Everything
okay.
went back
I'm
in.
quite okay.
I just want to
Yeah,
jump in
yeah.
and say full respect to you for being able to go back to sleep even though you needed to pee.
Yes, yeah. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Can't do it.
actually, that's how I knew I was made of sterner stuff, lah. That's how I
Yeah.
knew I was.
Wow.
That's a
that's
test of
nice.
courage right there.
Really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I was pretty much a baller. So.
Can you like share like the school?
Oh,
This is Singapore. Okay. Don't share the name. Is it in Singapore?
Yes, it's in Singapore.
Which part of Singapore?
Okay, no,
North-
the location
North,
wise cannot lah.
east, west, or south?
Yeah lah, but there's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few, which adds the mystique.
So
you know,
no,
makes it
which
interesting.
which
you know.
area? Which area?
Very
Which area?
interesting.
Which
So, it's one of those areas where there are a lot of like hauntings that's happening.
Dude, everywhere. in Singapore. Are you saying like north?
I feel for you guys because like you find for paranormal stories to you everywhere there is, but I think to like normal people who don't like explore these stories, I feel like to them there's only very few areas now.
Well, we're going to ruin that for you now.
Damn.
Okay, we'll take a quick break from the paranormal stories because somebody already has a question. We see a lot of people starting streaming already, so somebody's already got a question. Nachi AQ, I know I'm mispronouncing that. Is your true crime podcast on YouTube? Can share
Oh my
the channel
god.
name.
Is
I'd like
this
to follow.
actually a chemical name? Like sodium? Okay, wait. Anyway, not to get too nerdy.
Stop making me look so dumb, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on. Just before you answer that, I'm going to read out for you first the full description of your podcast. Okay. Heinous, an Asian true crime podcast, is a revived look at the most heinous crimes that happened across Asia. Every Tuesday, join host Guang Jin as he digs into the key events of the crime, how the criminals grappled with their emotions, and the human and the human circumstances that led to their heinous actions. To stay up to date on the podcast, you can join your fellow heinous fans and interact with the team at or through our socials, Instagram and TikTok, at heinous_1upmedia.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, now that we've got
Sick.
the basic gist of what Heinous is out of the way, when and why did you start Heinous?
Oh, good question. Good question. Okay. When is somewhere we're about 7 episodes in, so maybe about 7 weeks ago. But
Really?
yeah, but like this started a little bit as it started a little bit, I'll say, that's more creator driven. So very often, like I feel a lot of different podcasts is very listener driven. So like the person who creates it, they consume a lot of this content, right? So then they feel maybe I might be good creating a podcast.
Yeah.
Like for me in general, like I like podcasts. And then I created a separate podcast, which is actually on careers. So it's kind of funny. So I started a podcast on careers. It's called One Foot In. And what happened is that then I started exploring more and more genres, and I thought like, okay, maybe I want to test myself and see if I can create like a true crime podcast. At the same time, my girlfriend was telling me that Singapore is very safe. So then I thought it would be quite funny to kind of prove her wrong, because she's not like a Singaporean. So I just thought it's kind of funny. So then I started diving deep, and then that's how like I felt very inspired to create Heinous. To answer specifically, we're out every Tuesday, and like how Heinous is, I guess, like a little bit different versus all the typical true crime podcasts that you are listening to. I feel very often almost all the true crime that's kind of popular that people like to talk about, I feel it's already out in some form in a podcast. But I feel very often they are all about stating the facts as it is.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is to in a strange way, I guess, put you into key events of the crime and to let you experience it on an audio perspective. So, for example, we released this episode on Murder Mentor by Anthony Le. And like it happened in McDonald's. So we'll have like all these casual sounds of people eating and like talking about McDonald's, as like we have the person narrating, or rather me saying or speaking in the point of view of Anthony Le. So that's kind of what we are doing with Heinous, an Asian true crime podcast. I'm your host, Guang Jin.
Yeah, I mean I love that fact lah. Like the first episode was one of my favorites amongst all of them, because you actually included like the national anthem at that point.
Yeah.
It transported me. I was crossing the road like shit. Am I in Malaya now? Yeah,
Oh my God,
that was a
nice.
nice touch. That was a nice touch. Yeah.
Thank you,
no,
thank you.
it definitely hooked me right away just because of that. Like you said, you're putting people into the situation stuff. It's not just stating the facts of it. Like you said, okay, so you said you started the first episodes came out like 7 weeks ago, but like when did you have this idea that you wanted to scare your girlfriend?
All my life. Okay, no.
So loving.
It finally came into being when I learned how to do a podcast. Okay, no. So, like I'll say, maybe about 2 months before. So about 2 months, then I started really getting really, really deep. And when I say that I got deep into true crime, it's when like I really started surrounding myself in listening to so much true crime podcasts that I started to get a little bit paranoid in Singapore. Like I'll be walking, then there are some of those mirrors that's supposed to be for cyclists, right?
Yeah.
And I'll look at it, and then I'll be like, don't come near. Like, get lost. Like, no, really. Like, I felt a little bit strange. So, yeah.
I mean, when you get too deep into a certain subject, right, you become the guy lah. So we are the guy for horrors lah. So we also get quite. I don't know about him lah. For me, I get quite scared lah at night.
You don't know.
Because
about
the stories come to life.
You get scared. I thought
I
you
do,
take
I do.
pictures of like cemeteries and.
I mean, I do, but like I'm still human, right? I still get scared. It's just that I don't like run or I was just like, oh shit,
Wow.
oh shit.
Courage isn't the lack of fear; it's the ability to overcome it. Wow, thank you for teaching me so much today.
That's cheap.
See, him teaching the lessons is one thing. He's taught me these lessons a lot. Whether I pay attention during class is a completely different story altogether.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's teaching it to you too many times.
Oh, I'm correct. Oh my
You
god,
are
it's a
correct.
chemical. Oh.
Yes.
Thank you. I did
Sodium
study
chloride.
chemistry, like,
So- so-
I did
so-
put in the effort.
So can you like use that to like clean up a crime scene or whatever?
Wow, that's the question, right? And like when I see this guy's display picture, he feels a bit sus. You know, like why is he hiding himself? I don't know. Maybe sodium chloride. Please let me know if it works though.
See, because I was about to say, like, you said you had a careers podcast called 1 Foot In. And I was like, my first thought when you said that, right? Because I know you as the guy who does heinous. So when you said a careers podcast, I was thinking to myself, is it a career to be a killer? Is that what the podcast is about? Shouldn't that
One
be
foot-
called 1 Foot In the Grave then?
Correct.
1 foot
Correct.
into the bucket to burn it or something.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on alternative careers like murdering or no, okay, no. It's actually purely normal stuff.
Sure. You're not telling us about those bonus episodes, are you?
Only for our premium users. Only for our premium users. You know, you have to pay. I'm sorry.
Good evening, Dennis.
Crime does pay. Hi, Dennis.
Nice to see
Hi,
you. as
Dennis. Eric.
I like-
Osan.
usual. Yeah.
I like how I yelled that out so loud as if he can actually like reply back to me or something. And I was like,
I'm
very
sure he
upset.
can.
He can, but like not like call out to us. If we hear his voice now, that would be a bit creepy.
James Play say came here because of the luggage bag TikTok. Yeah, you
Oh,
do have quite
thank
a-
you for watching.
Ah,
His TikTok
Nice.
game strong. His TikTok game strong. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. I
Quite
am
creepy.
still learning how to
Yeah.
get those views in.
We should
No,
be
so-
on TikTok lah, but like a lot of work lah.
I like how he shakes his head, sitting next to me. Who, for the longest time, when people were like, "Hey, you heard about TikTok?" I was like, "Oh, the Kesha song." That's so you can draw the line as to where I stopped being cool. It was
Yeah.
probably before I said Kesha, but you know, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Kesha should like totally get royalties for that.
You're right. You're
Right?
right. Yeah, I
But
felt like
she
this
doesn't.
was her moment to revive, right?
I know.
To kind of revive,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Kesha, to be fair, deserves a lot of things.
Speaking of like TikToks, right?
You could say speaking of
No. That one different podcast. But yeah. Speaking of TikToks, did you guys see like there's one recent one which is quite creepy. It's this I don't think it's this guy, this bus driver, who's a young bus driver. So he drives this night bus called 975.
Mm.
So this 975 it goes from Choa Chu Kang, if I'm not wrong, all the way to Sungai Gedong, which is at Lim Chu Kang. So he passed by like one of the very creepy roads, and then he just documents the whole thing. I must say it's
Wow.
damn creepy.
That's
It's
why-
after the cemetery, so you go through the cemetery already, then you go through New Tiu, which is a bunch of farms and then the abandoned HDB. Then Gedong, then yeah, whatever. I must say, some people are willing to push it to the extreme for TikToks.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for you guys to hire him. Actually, honestly, I heard you guys needed TikTok. TikTok.
We need TikTok. But
It would be creepy if he like just showed up on this. I heard you guys needed TikTok. I was like, whoa, how do you
I've
find
been
that?
producing for some
no,
time
actually,
already.
I want to sit on his bus. I was like, hey, let's do an episode on that bus. Just
Oh
go
my
back
God.
and forth, back and forth.
That would
I
actually be
keep giving
creepy.
you ideas, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like, see lah. I swear to God, every episode he gets a new idea of how to terrify me. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wait, what's our social media account now?
The one that we're counting is Facebook and Instagram. They are nowhere near 10,000.
Are we anywhere near 5,000?
No, you're
Okay.
safe. You're safe.
When we get to 5,000, we'll go on this bus.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I can't believe I said that
clearing it
myself.
out now.
975 at night.
Bus still okay lah.
Not in
Bus,
the day.
yeah, no. Then I build up to the fact that one day we're gonna record an episode in a cemetery. So you know.
Yeah, that's honestly crazy, man. Honestly, oh my
You
god.
want to join us? You want to join?
For the views, okay, I'll do it.
You know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna try to get as many of our guests to agree to join us at the cemetery. It's not gonna protect me, but still, it'll be a
No,
nice.
but like it's like courage, right? Like collective
Yeah,
courage, right? So you
You're
have more
right.
people, you're not as afraid. And then
You're
then
right.
in front of so many other creators, you want to be the one that looks the least scared.
No, I
so
don't.
you won't feel that scared. You know, it's like kind of reverse psychology thing.
Okay, Guang Jin.
Yes.
Guang Jin, based on our
I'll be scared
discussion-
with you.
Yeah, no. Okay, here's the deal, okay? If they can be the brave ones, everybody, all the other content creators can be the brave ones. You will join us at the cemetery,
Yes.
and when either of us feel something weird, we tell the other one, both of us run first.
Okay, sure.
Okay?
I'll
Cool.
be training my running, so I'm sorry to leave you behind.
No, it's fine. I completely understand. You want to push me down so that the monster can get me as well? I'll be like, Guang Jin,
Yeah,
why?
quick, push you down.
Somebody has to be
push
the
it down.
target, lah. So yeah.
But I will understand. It is fair.
Thank you.
If like
thank
if,
you.
if something comes swooping down at us and then you push me down, right, I will curse you, but I will understand. So it's okay.
That's all that matters, actually, honestly. Thank you. I felt like we really had a deep connection at this moment. Thank you.
I feel it too.
Thank
I
you.
feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I did.
And yet you still managed to write the true crime podcast. So respect.
So Dennis, he said he replied out loud, and his wife stared at him strangely.
It's okay.
It's okay. We all get that.
Yeah, I think we're all quite used to our partner staring at us strangely.
Yeah.
Like, I would read
yeah.
lines from podcasts, and then people, yeah.
Dennis, if it
Oh my
makes you
God.
feel bad, if it makes you feel, Guang Jin literally started a podcast to scare his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's it is what it is. No, but like you were saying about this whole reading thing, right? Okay, cause like a lot of the reading that I do is at home.
Yeah.
And like my mother will be walking by. And then as I'm reading, this is like a bit of a teaser to all of those people here. We also produced 2 episodes on the Hello Kitty murderer. The Hello Kitty murder. This will come out probably in about 3 weeks' time. And I feel this episode is highly publicized. But I also feel that not a lot of people go into describing the torture from maybe like a first person point of view. And because that is the equity of, or like that is kind of how our podcast sounds like. That is why we also did that. But okay, when I did that scene, right, and there was one particular scene, if you are familiar with the whole crime itself, you will know that there's massive amount of gore. And there was one scene where I was narrating it. And as I narrated, right, like, I'll really go like, and I hit her and I'll like say these things. And then I look up and my mother was like, son, are you okay? I was like, oh my God. Then I went to have a cold shower after, just to clean it up, clean up all the blood. Wait, what? What? Wait,
I believe this is called method acting.
yeah, it is.
I was just
felt
about
it.
to say, like, you could tell your mom's like, no, this is for the podcast. And then one day she'd be like walking by and then you'd be saying something horrible. She's like, is that for the podcast? Like, no.
Oh my god, that's so creepy. where it actually happens, right? And I just keep on talking to myself, no, this is for the podcast. Oh my god.
That, I know we're all podcasters here, but that's going to sound like, that does sound like the beginnings of a serial killer. Somebody sitting around and saying, no, it's for the podcast. It's for the podcast.
What if there's a serial killer out there, right, that like kills people? They specifically kills podcasters and then go and start his own true crime podcast, trying to investigate their podcast.
Oh my
the
God,
murders
there's
of the
this-
podcasters.
There's this like serial killer that I was thinking of covering at some point. He's this the Twitter serial killer in Japan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have not heard of this.
So
He
he
got
found,
caught already. He got caught already.
Yeah. I would say that some people out there, they're really business people, They're out there to find product market fit. And I think this guy, right, found product market fit with murder. Like he'll literally go on Twitter and he'll source for people who seem suicidal by their tweets. He'll bring them over and then he'll help them accomplish their task. So in a messed up way, right? Like he's servicing a portfolio of customers that wants to be killed and he satisfies his own like murder tendencies, right? Yeah, that was crazy. And when I read that, right, I was like, wow, shit. I felt like what he just did was something that I learned in business school at some point. But he reapplied it on the things that he shouldn't.
I was about to say that literally sounds like somebody who's been listening to both your podcasts. And then kind of forgot which one he was listening to.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't worry, we're not insinuating that heinous creates killers. We
Yes.
know that this happened before your podcast came out. But
Yes.
yeah, that's wow. So so the podcast itself, it's Asia on a whole. It's not just like Southeast Asia or anything. Oh, okay.
Correct. Yeah. So
The Hello Kitty one is from
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Hong Kong. Hong Kong.
Wow. I look forward to the Twitter episode because I've never heard about the Twitter guy before.
Dude, it's messed up, dude. I seen
Yeah.
the photos. It's
Yeah.
really messed up.
But like, I mean, okay, I wanted to jump on this earlier on, and then like, as is always the case with these shows, we got completely sidetracked, and then we started talking about chemistry, and careers and everything. Like, the episodes, they're usually 2-parter episodes, right? And so your grand total is like half an hour, but there's a lot of information in that half an hour. Like, what kind of research do you do for each of the cases?
Right. So like I'll say a good portion of it is reading newspapers. And here's the part which gets really interesting. Like for example, Sunny Ang, right? You know, if you read newspapers before he was convicted, so I think like before 1963,
Yep.
the newspapers will report different things. Because right, he was the source telling newspapers on what was happening.
Yep.
So people would report this story and it would seem like factual, but after he was suspected and brought into court, then the whole communication changed. So it was also quite interesting, like doing all of these different research as well. But that's the main part of it. And I'll say like a huge bulk of it is all what actually happened based on all of these reports itself. Then after that, we would start thinking on the setting. Like what happens during the event. Like for example, how we said that Anthony Le, he was doing it in McDonald's. Then we'll think like typically McDonald's back then when I'm there, like what would I be doing? What are the sounds involved? Then every other part later we'll identify like key elements. Then we'll dive into it. And that's the part which I think my mother is most disappointed in now whenever I'm narrating. That's where she feels her son is going into deep on this thing.
Disappointed or worried?
I think it's a bit it's a bit of method lah. It gets to you after a while, but you learn how to absorb and then kick it out. After a while lah. Yeah. But even for us, like some of the ghost stories that we get are really hardcore. I mean, I received a few submissions today that is with evidence. Yeah, with evidence. I haven't told you this, but it's hardcore lah.
Share it with me during the day, okay, please?
And then you're like, oh my god, I'm in too deep. But then you go back for it.
Was there like any story that you guys did which you feel like there's a lot of the story sticks onto you, like it just kind of creeps you out even after you have published it on Spotify?
Yes. Okay. Yes, but before we answer that and go into detail, let's address some comments because they are filling in.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So James Play says that my NS life was at Gedong Camp. Gedong is basically, for our non-Singaporeans listeners, Gedong is basically in the middle of nowhere. It's army camp for our armored battalion. So it's really like out of the way. There's only one bus in, one bus out. It's closer to Malaysia than it is closer to Singapore. So he says that he has to walk out during his book out at 2359. Back then there was no Grab or Uber. Thinking back, he doesn't know how he survived. Honestly,
Ooh.
I would just stay in, dude. I wouldn't even book out. I would just stay in. I wouldn't take the risk of bumping into a ghost. You know?
But
then
again,
again,
would you stay in if you're the only person there?
Exactly. When I said it out loud, I was like,
Yes.
yeah,
You know
if
what I
like the
mean?
whole battalion all gone except for you, would you take your chances outside or inside?
Correct.
That's a good question, right?
100% outside.
I don't know how you
100%
survive.
Just
So
run out.
Sodium Chloride says that he or she used to give chemistry tuition and like to use random chemical names as gamer tag. Nice.
So not to clean the bodies lah. Okay, thanks for clarifying. I was a little
Lies.
bit. Yeah.
Lies. That's the cover story.
I like how you believe them so quickly. You're like, well, obviously they're not killing people.
That's why he's a good true crime podcast host.
Okay.
Because he is factual. He looks at the facts.
Well done.
Until it has happened, then it becomes true crime podcast.
Thank
Too
you.
late. I got story already. You're
Thank
dead. Too late.
Thank you for saving me. Thank you. Thank you.
By the way, first time watching this podcast live, would like to thank you guys for the great content. Binge your podcast archive during work. Listening to ghost stories make time pass quickly. Thank you so much for the love. Couldn't have done this show without our amazing guests, like Guang Jin himself. yeah, I'm an avid podcast listener. I listen to like at least 20 shows at once and I mean over 1 week lah. So I
Yeah.
totally get where you're coming from. When sometimes when I edit ghost maps, I also listen to horror podcasts or like some other true crime podcasts. So I get it. Yeah,
Wow.
it helps. It does helps. It makes you very. It's a bit sick lah in the mind, but it calms me. When I cook, I listen to horror or true crime podcasts. When I cook, specifically.
When cooking, sure. That's the thing. I can't listen to other podcasts while I'm working because I'm writing our podcast.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
Glad we can make the
Cooking,
time pass by during.
Okay. Calvin Lai says that others celebrate their birthday by going out, while me celebrates with date air.
Oh,
Best
so
birthday
nice.
present ever. Okay. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Calvin.
So nice.
Calvin,
Happy
you
birthday,
and I
Kevin.
share 13th. We are both 13th baby, so one thing to celebrate together, yeah. So but happy birthday. Thanks for, spending it with us. And Friday the 13th as a birthday, I know how it feels, man. Like it's you feel like powerful, but then you're scared at the same time. Right?
Powerful.
It's
Yeah,
scared.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
You're
my,
one of the-
my
like,
question.
There is-
I agree. Let's hear
Okay.
this.
So there is. I actually went, into Reddit and like, not every religion believes in it, but like, I think according to the lines of like witches and Wiccan stuff lah, like all the more towards the supernatural side, they say that people who are born in the 13th, they are more likely to have supernatural powers or gifts. Like for example, if I were to curse someone, it's more likely to happen. So I say I curse you, gonna gout some shit.
It was you.
Then maybe you will get no. It's like you are more likely to have more supernatural. So apparently that's that thing. But then you think back, there it's like, oh fuck, I'm a demon child.
Actually, I didn't catch that until now when you said that.
Yeah.
You're a demon child. Interesting.
Well,
You're a demon child.
I to be fair, I've known him for quite a while, and I've known him for a long
so,
time.
so you kind of knew. You
I
kinda
knew before I even knew his birthday. Like that. I thought to my first time shake hand, I was like, "It's Kyle Vella, a demon child,"
It's like, oh no.
and that's the start of the beautiful friendship.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't quite get this comment. So who is Mr. Hantu? Are you Mr. Hantu or
I
am I
think
Mr. Hantu? Are we
yes.
both Mr. Hantu? Or is he Mr. Hantu? Who's the Mr. Hantu?
Maybe he's talking about our mysterious narrator for Ghost Maps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Yes.
please, James, you have to end this debate right here.
Yes. Which one of us is Mr. Hantu?
Or
Is
like
it Guang Jin?
the third guy behind there. Do you see?
Oh my god. Oh my god. When you say that, it freaked me out. Why would you do this kind of thing, man?
I mean,
Look.
You're on a ghost show, dude.
Guang Jin, we don't want to freak you or your friend behind you out. Okay, so we
The photo lah. The photo. He's talking
Yeah.
about the photo lah.
yeah, we had no intention of freaking you and your friend behind you out. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Imagine
no,
there was really
I truly
one
felt
guy.
it,
Right?
man.
There was imagine really there was one. I mean, one spirit passing by, and he's like me me. Then you are that asshole, right?
Oh my
that,
god,
like,
I'm featured. I'm
he said,
featured in the
"Me, me."
podcast.
me Then he like me
Oh my god.
me
Must be quite a new ghost because he's like, hey, I'm featured in a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
you do podcast?
Then he go yelp. He go yelp.
And
Right
then all
back
the
reviews,
lao
like,
jiaos over there, he'll monetize you one lah. You know,
We know these fellas are. Yeah.
he won't give you credit one lah, monetize you.
You might not want to say that too loud because if like all the spirits are like, oh, I don't want to hang out with them, they don't monetize us, then you'll have to go look for some other podcast hosts to hang out with. What?
no.
You're right. You're
Let's
right.
talk
You're
Yeah.
right. It's true. It's
And-
true. It's true.
You know.
You're right. You're right.
Yo.
Good
our
evening.
usual loss in Malaysia.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello,
Never
loss
too
in
late.
Malaysia.
So we're barely halfway there. So
I
Thanks for
hope you enjoyed our most recent episode of Ghost Maps about people who were literally lost in Malaysia.
yeah, kulai.
We I mean, we're always thinking of you lost in Malaysia, but we weren't specifically thinking of you when we wrote this episode.
It was the episode was as long as the journey to Malaysia. 20 minutes.
It was quite a long episode. Yes. Oh,
Oh,
I-
nice.
Oh,
I'm Mr.
damn.
Hunter.
Don't want to say botak.
Don't want
He's
to
not
say
botak. He got
botak.
hair lah. He got samurai hair.
Yeah.
Darkness. Plus, I am balding, so no, it's fair. It's absolutely 100% fair. I am Mr. Hantu, and yes, I am going botak.
Thank you for confirming. We had to be sure, you know.
Yes, very important. Because if not, Guang Jin's gonna have to start changing his name to like Mr. Hantu.
Yes, Mr.
The
Hantu.
point of pride, walking around down there calling yourself Mr. Hantu. Okay, so I wanted to. that's the thing. Like, we were talking also about your episodes, and I wanted to just check with you. So true crime deals with wait, no, I'm skipping ahead here. So heinous doesn't just stick to murder. Okay, so you've already covered like commercial fraud, which I thought was really interesting because like that's the thing, when people hear true crime, they just automatically assume kill, 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 and no other elements of crime seem to come in. But then you brought in like, you know, commercial fraud and everything. So what is your definition of a heinous crime? Because people think heinous, they think kill. What's your definition of a heinous crime?
Wow, that's a super good question. So,
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
Yeah, oh my god, no, when you asked that, right, I was like, wow, shit, that's a really, really good question. Okay, I shouldn't have said shit. Okay, no. But anyway.
It's okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We're past that.
So, right, no. So, like I think a heinous crime to me is kind of the impact to the country. So, for example, when Sunny Ang happened, it's not because it's just a murder. It kind of set a standard that has been referenced in courts after, as a case study, and pretty much all of them have this kind of reverberation, and so I don't think that if there's a lack of murder, it isn't heinous. Like the one that we mentioned, which is on A Sky Full of Cash, the SIA ambassador. Like at that time when he was reported, it's crazy how he continued, or he embezzled for 13 years. Right, and also, the fact that he did it in such small increments that when he was done, he was at that time the biggest case of commercial fraud. But fun fact, we're gonna release 2 more episodes soon, which will be a case that actually beat him in terms of the total amount reported, which had something to do with a particular beer that you guys are drinking today. What's that
This
beer?
one?
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the
Had
root
to
beer in
do.
the fridge. Oh, that one. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so your definition of a heinous crime is the impact it has on society
Yeah.
on a whole.
Correct.
Alright. I mean, are you gonna feature like other types of crime? So you've done commercial fraud, you've done like murder. Obviously, when you say heinous, like, you know, that's one of the things that people. Are there any other kinds of crimes that you're thinking of covering as well?
Yeah. So, majority of it, I'll say, is related to as I mentioned, the impact itself. So not necessarily murder. There are those which they didn't murder, but because maybe the situation that they created, which could be a hostage situation, which could be a hostage situation, is something that really made everyone afraid. And then new laws were created because of the whole structure. So those are some of those that we're intending to explore.
There's a few that I can think of. Like
Yes. What is one?
I mean, I don't want to name names lah. Later kena Pofma, but one of the biggest one was in charity. It was pretty big, like religious and charity. You know where I'm getting at. There are quite a few.
Yes, you are.
And they actually changed some
Yes,
things. You know. So yeah, I think actually it's quite
Did I share
interesting.
with you my Google Doc? How is it that you know? Okay, no.
Yeah. So I mean, like the general style for true crime podcast is usually they do murders and more stuff that has more violence lah.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
it's quite refreshing to see other things, because definitely there are more things that the more crimes that are done. Maybe one day, hopefully not, that we will get like a massive scam crime syndicate that's based out of Singapore. Maybe there is one right now. It's just that they haven't got tackled. But like these are things that also affect people who on a daily basis lah.
Yeah.
Like, other than
There's one
just
that happened quite recently, right? I mean,
Is it?
that made now banks. Now a lot of banks are thinking, they need to step up their IT.
Oh,
they need to step up all of
right,
this.
right.
know.
They
Imagine
really
how
step
much
out.
money all of these banks are thinking of spending now, right? Because of the incident, they're like, whoa, bring in the IT guy, double your budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. No lah. I mean, for what it's worth, they really stepped up. I bought something, in the States at 10 p.m. and then they called me at 10:05. It's like,
Wow.
Song, did you make this purchase? I'm like, yes, I did. It's like, but it's 10. Why are you calling me? He said, yeah, because we thought it was a fraudulent transaction,
Wow.
so we wanted to check with you. I'm like, okay, thank you for your hard work. Okay, bye.
Hard work, yes, but also I think they're questioning your life choices. It sounds like the bank's like, are you okay, bro? 10 o'clock, shouldn't you be in bed?
Yeah, it must be like a decent amount as well, right? For them to even call you. So I don't know. Sounds like a whole truckload of audio equipment. But okay, sure.
I hope that's all he was ordering. There could be other like sketchy stuff that he's ordering and
Like a
just-
Tesla. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I could.
Can buy online.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can buy cars online now.
I like
How
how I
you stuck
asked
in
that.
the 1980s?
Yes, look at me. I was just talking about how I think TikTok is the Kesha song.
Oh my god, online.
It's very nice of you, Guang Jin, to pretend like you're shocked by this news to make me feel less old. I appreciate that very much.
Yes,
The-
yes.
Like, okay, wait, before we jump into the question, I just wanted to ask, like, is that what? Okay, it's probably tied into the question of what you consider heinous crimes, but like, was it a conscious decision? What there words wins? Was it?
Hey, Mr.
Was
Hantu.
it? Yeah.
Mr. Hantu's radio voice.
Get a grip.
Yeah,
Get a
in
grip.
case you guys
office
wonder
hours.
why
It's
yeah,
after
exactly.
office hours, so you know.
No, to be fair, in case everybody was wondering, like, why doesn't he go on the radio? This is why. Was it a conscious decision on your part to want to do more than just murders? Was it like
100%.
Okay,
100%.
What made you like think that let's go down this
Yeah.
route as well?
Yeah. No, so like and this is maybe like a bit of a personal like perception or opinion, but I feel that generally crimes that are I guess maybe like less educated in a sense, we seem to stigmatize them greatly. Right? But then somehow crimes that are I guess require more thinking. We like to put this perception that since they are maybe educated, since they had learned about XYZ thing and maybe they had previously performed well in school, they're actually not bad people. It's a bad
Right.
incident. But someone who does it and they're not educated will be like they're bad people. But I feel that that's not completely true. You could argue in a different way, right? And this one I think is purely an opinion piece. So I feel it's very important to just show the full spectrum, and we'll measure it in terms of impact, right? If it changed the law, like I'm sure it's big, regardless of whether a life is lost. So that's kind of the whole direction that we are going to.
I like that. I really like that a lot. That's a great approach to
Yeah.
a true crime podcast, I have to say.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now
Questions.
coming in fast and furious.
Oh,
Can we
See,
lie? Yeah.
I like how we went to smart criminals and just go right back to the murder.
Question.
Okay.
To Guang Jin, what is
Okay.
the most gruesome
Okay.
murder you covered?
okay.
Or
So
are
I'll
going to.
I'll share with you two. And I think the first one, almost everyone, if you're interested in the genre, you will have heard of it, which is the Hello Kitty murder. A brief case that came on some
Yep.
time ago, right? Like
Teddy, Yep.
She recently also released a Hello Kitty murder as well. So in that murder, it's mad gruesome because there's a lot of torturing that takes place over like weeks.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And to kind of put it to you, right? After I narrated the whole thing, I think like my parents were so concerned, then I also had to bathe. And it was funny when I sent it over, my editor asked me, how do you feel after narrating all of this? And I was like, sorry, I had to take a shower. So it's definitely very, very gruesome. That's one. But I also wanted to share like a different case, which is I think closer to home and one that's already out. There's another one which I feel is gruesome, and it's gruesome in the sense that like it's so twisted in the mind, which is the Anthony Le murder mentor. And I think it's twisted because this guy was trying to motivate kids
Yep.
to murder for him,
Yep.
which is kind of nuts, right? And when you read the report by the courts, when they were talking about it, like he really tried many, many times, and he targeted like different people in the clique of friends. Like he would meet these 5 boys and he'll target each of them. And he really, really tried until he found one, right, who's the youngest in the group and managed to motivate him out of fear. Which is honestly like, like you just feel like so gross, right? Like how can someone do that?
Yeah.
And the fact that the target victim that he had in mind was his wife. Which is mad because, like, if you think about it under Singapore law, you would also know that if you get caught and you had killed your wife, you'll be hung. Your kid would have no more parents, right? So it's just crazy that this thought goes through someone's mind and he acts on it consistently.
Yep. I mean, it's gruesome in the sense whereby the thought itself is grotesque. It's really disgusting. Like first of all, you commit blasphemy, you kill someone you're supposed to take care for the rest of your life, right? Spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
And then you get a kid to do it because you are too scared to do it. And then you smile to the newspapers. I seen the photos. Hauntingly creepy, right?
Yeah. This
and
guy,
like he will. I mean, I hate to make it as a joke, but you know us, we are messed up. So he channeled his best Sunny Ang, basically, right? I saw that, I was like, what the similarities between these two cases are.
right?
I think he really he studied lah. I think he really thought it through. Yeah,
It's kind of messed up.
So I agree with you. It is messed up. Sometimes the gore is not the physical gore; it's the ones in the mind that is really.
We've had this, and we'll talk about this a bit more later on as well. But like, it's the gore itself, like it's horrible, but it's just part of it. Like, and that's thing. Like, that's thing that interests me about Heinous as well. It's when you're putting yourself not exactly in the shoes of these people, but like you have that almost like. I hesitate to say storytelling because that almost seems to minimize what you guys do as well. But like, there's that added element of like immersion that, like, man, I can't even imagine like writing true crime podcasts for me already. I'm like, no. Like the research alone will probably kill me.
Yeah.
And then like narrating it in the way that you guys do, like, man.
I mean, the way I would put it, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, I feel like it's an audiomentary experience. It really brings you back to the case. It's a well-studied and well-researched point of view, of course, with every different iteration of a study of a case, there will be some biasness.
Yeah.
I feel like humans are biased. We cannot be neutral. No way can we be neutral. Right? The only time when things are not neutral is when it's powered by AI. So, I mean, that's another another episode right there. But yes,
But like, as in I'll see definitely like all of this. Also because like we get so deep into it, right? That we want to say, this could have happened at that moment, and this could be something that someone is saying. Which is why like also I feel that sometimes I write too much. Like, it might have been this way. It might have, he thought so. Like, I feel like I peppered this everywhere. Like, sometimes too much. But at the same time, I feel like if I don't put that in, right, it's like, oh my God. Like, am I...
I mean, it's human
Yeah.
It's human
I mean, how do you find that balance? Like, how do you find that balance between like that storytelling aspects of it and then the reporting kind of aspects of it?
No, so I'll say like generally, there are some quotes that people would always say. So completely out of context, for example, the Hello Kitty murder, one quote that's very, very popular over there that is reportedly said is, I thought it was fun. So this one is out of context for the people who wouldn't know. But if you know,
right?
when you hear this quote, you'll be like, oh my God. So for those quotes, we don't ever say like, she might have said, or they might have said. For that one, we kind of state it as it is. And then for everything else, which is, I guess to some extent, if you want to be very, very critical, you could say it's fictional. But generally, I'll say it's more or we do see it as a possible scenario. And for that, right, like I tend to go only specific to case facts. So for example, right, for Anthony Le, there'll be a scene where I will describe this boy who Anthony Le was trying to train to become a murderer. And I would describe that he passed him a knife and he stabbed a pillow and he had to cut this pillow and cut the newspaper. But then where the fiction comes in is that I would say, I would narrate in Anthony Le's point of view and I'll say, hold the knife, stab it. Are you ready? Now, go and kill my wife. Like, you know, so that part is a bit fictional, I'll say, in the sense that maybe he didn't specifically say that. But the whole essence of it, right, captures the case facts. And that, I feel, is the most important part of it, right? Where we know, like, on the case facts point of view is definitely correct. Maybe the subjectivity that people will start telling us is maybe the time that it happened or the specific order in that sense.
Yeah.
But the facts will always be true. In fact, the order we try to be almost 100% there. For those where the order is slightly of a debate, is because nobody knows. Like, for example, the Hello Kitty murder, like, no one knows. Because there's only 2 points of view.
Yeah.
There's one which is from the people who committed the murder. And there's another one which is a reported witness to the story. But they don't have any more stories beyond that. So everyone else, like, their articles is sharing different points of view and postulating. So that's kind of where we try to balance the whole scenario.
I have to say, I now understand why your mother freaks out whenever you're doing a narration. When you just did a little bit, I literally like.
It's
Yes, I
pretty-
said that, right? Something. Yeah.
Was it behind us or was it behind you?
Which one? You talking about this one or talking about the one that's beside me? You
Oh
gotta be
my
specific.
god! Why
There's
do I
like
keep
3
saying
of them.
these things? Man? Come on.
There's like 3.
Oh
There's
my
one
God.
in front also, but like, the head might have come down. I don't know.
You can't scare us.
Well, you
the
could
last
scare,
time
you could scare me, but you know.
The last
He's
time,
here.
I mean, that is a super long story, but the last time I've been on another live stream with another creator, there were 2 people with third eye, and they said there were 2 things that were following me,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Yep, thanks, man."
Yeah.
Wow.
So glad that they specifically pointed to him some more.
He got a sigh of relief because like there's something that's behind you guys. I knew that he was scared. Then after that, I said, then after the stream ended, I was like, me or him? He's like, you. And I'm like, okay. So he felt better.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
I didn't want to go like yes, but also in my head I was
But
like,
we
Yeah, right. If
We
you
take it a
celebrate, you might.
yeah, just like
we take it with a pinch of salt, lah. Yeah, you know, whatever. So moving on, one of the comments. Oh, this is nice. Jermaine Teo says that just want to say
Oh my God,
a
so
great
nice.
job with everything. Both We Are HANTU and Heinous is crushing it right now. Absolutely love the sound effects on Heinous episode. I totally agree with that. It's
Thank you.
insanely immersive.
yes.
Yes, I agree. Great job. Yeah, great job.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for the
you.
nice comment.
Yeah.
Oh my god, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Well, it really feels good, you know, when you okay, cause like very often you don't get like qualitative feedback,
Yeah.
right? Like you need to really solicit for it. So
Yeah.
what you have is like maybe some star rating here and there,
Yep.
you know. So wow, feels good. Thank you, man.
I mean, the comments gives perspective. Like, if not, you just feel like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, I'm gonna upload this MP3 file, poop, and then you
Yeah.
see the downloads.
And
are
are you
like,
talking
okay,
to
nice.
the abyss, right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
am I talking to myself? But then when the comments start coming, it's like, oh, so there are people listening to it.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
when we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
started. I mean, to be fair, like we're on YouTube also lah, so
Yeah.
you do see some of the comments. But even at the start, also like the comments were coming in a bit like slower than they would now lah, obviously. But like at that point in time, it was like get your first comment, and you're like, yeah, people actually like this. This kinda nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it really feels good, man. Thank you.
Like the,
Yeah. So do
Yeah.
you? So
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Do you
No,
listen
no,
to Ghost
so-
Maps?
Yeah. So like I think, right, generally the way the story arcs is super interesting, especially like at the beginning where you share a bit of like the person's life, the description, or like, oh, you know, his daughter is now having a nap and he rocks the daughter to sleep before he shares with me the story. Then I feel like, wow, shit. Like you feel so like you're there and you're kind of being part of the interview, not being told.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty interesting. It's really
mean,
interesting. So
I-
yes,
I-
to answer your question, yes.
I think that's you and I are kind of aligned in that sense. I think everybody who appreciates good true crime and everybody who appreciates good horror or like any of these stories that are, you know, scarier in that sense. I think everybody who appreciates them kind of understands that it's not just about the murder, it's not just about, you know, the embezzlement, it's not just about the supernatural. I think it's about the people that are at the center of it also. And I, like that's when people talk about how immersive Heinous is, that's what I'm thinking in my head. It's not just the sound effects and everything are great and it really does pull you in, but it's also the fact that there is that, again, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but there's that storytelling element to it.
Yeah.
Really puts the people, whether it's the killer, whether it's victims or anything, you're pulled in by the people themselves. And I think that's one thing.
And I find it so interesting, like the kind of levers that we use. Like for me, I use more sound effects. For you, like you're using the narration, the wording itself at the beginning. So it's like pretty interesting, you know, like the different art styles. And for me, I would say I'm fairly young, right? Like in this whole journey. So pretty interesting to like learn all of these different things.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely interesting to see how other people do as well. I think the wonderful thing about podcasting is that we're all, relatively speaking, young, I guess. It's
it's a very young industry.
It is
lah.
a young
It's a young industry lah.
industry.
Nothing to do with
especially
age
in
lah.
like Asia, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
That was
thought
the
we were
setup.
skating.
That was the setup. It was a setup.
So this is how
That was the
dumb I thought we were skating past that.
Yeah.
It's like swerves back.
That was a setup. That was a setup. Yeah,
I'm talking about the industry and everything.
No.
It's old.
yeah, you know.
No, okay. I just remembered like Guang Jin actually asked us a question before we
Swerves.
swerve into the abyss,
As we always do.
which is one of the stories that we told on Ghost Maps.
That sticks on you, man.
That do any of the ones that happened to us lah.
No, but like that's the thing. The ones that happen to us, they don't stick on me in the way that I think what you mean. Like when you tell, like they're more personal and they stick on me not as a Ghost Maps episode, but as like, you know, stuff that's have to be. But I think actual Ghost Maps episodes themselves, as opposed to the story, the stories themselves. For me, till this day, I think the one that still sticks on me is the Tekong one, and it's not because it's particularly. I mean, when I heard the story, of course it was frightening lah, but like, it's not so much the horror elements of it. For me, it's like I really enjoyed seeing that certain side of Singapore, which most people will never see, but some people were old enough to actually experience. So like that, because I remember when we started out, both of us were like, okay, we're not gonna tell NS ghost stories at least for the first year, because like that's the obvious route.
That's like
So we wanted to steer clear of NS ghost stories very from the start, and like when that landed in our lap, we're like, oh, Tekong ghost stories, but not Tekong the army camp, Tekong the island. So we're like, yes.
Yep.
How many stories do we have? I'll take all of them, please.
Apparently we have a lot.
Yeah.
Bulk
and-
purchase.
Yeah, so that's the one that stuck on me the most. And weirdly enough, it stuck on me in a good way.
Yeah.
Because I think that, for me, that was, like, I knew we were doing something that I would enjoy. I think it's at that point, I don't want to say, like, I knew we were doing something important, but it's at that point where I think Ghost Maps felt like Ghost Maps to me. So yeah, that's the one that stuck for me.
Quite. I mean, it is. I mean, to add to your point, right? Like, I think right now what we're doing is important. Like, imagine, like, guys, we stop doing Dead Air, we stop doing Ghost Maps. We just, pun intended, we ghost everyone. Just like that, we just dropped everything. I think everybody will be quite sad, right?
How long were you? How long did that set at the back? And you're like, I'm gonna wait.
No. It just came out.
It's an impromptu. It's a natural thing.
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm amazed that he hasn't used that one yet.
Yes, he hasn't heard that yet, so it's new.
Wow,
this is
you are
new
here and organic.
It is.
It is.
It's absolutely organic. You are here for the first time. He's used a ghosted pun.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
feels good.
for me, it's the 3 generations of ghost stories. I feel like it's still one of the best episodes that I've produced. I mean, it's 2-parter lah.
Yeah.
So basically, what we did is that we get some of our own family stories, and we get some of our friends' stories, and then we combine them into like a 3 generations, a story that happens over 3 generations, like, or the whole family can see ghosts and stuff. So that actually was quite impactful because we managed to stitch stories that were different in terms of culture, different in terms of religion, different in terms of setting, and then it just flowed really well. In fact, like I got new submissions today where I mentioned it earlier, right? So the new submissions is actually kind of like a sequel. So maybe we'll work on the next 3 with the one with the evidence lah. So basically, I have one guy who is telling me all these ghost stories lah. A lot of the stories also came from my dad. So yeah, it's all like combined in there. So I just need to go and figure it out, and then we hopefully can get that episode up ASAP. Because I think
Oh my god, that's super
the listeners
cool.
will like it. They were like, because it's creepy. It's really creepy. I saw the evidence. I was like, man, like this is too early in the morning to see these kind of things.
No.
While having breakfast.
Yes, while having breakfast.
If he tells me these stories during breakfast, I'm still okay. If he starts telling me the stories now, I'm like, okay, but I'm going.
I'll show him after the live.
Nope. No, you're not.
That's right. Tell him,
No,
hey,
you're
could you
run.
please stick around? Oh my god.
I have something important to show you.
just before the episode closed, just see me like take it, like holding up the headphones. Like, goodbye, guys.
Just some numbers, Wayne. Just some numbers.
Yeah, just gotta review the statements.
That will be the closing music for this episode of Dead Air. It's just the sound of my feet going as I run away.
So, what's up, WSA? Thank you for showing up.
What's up? What do you think WSA means? Like, what do you think is the abbreviation?
Actually, I never asked.
Yeah.
I never asked.
Wait, don't. Okay, WSA, don't
Oh my
tell
god,
us.
WSA, can you tell us?
No, not yet. I wanna guess.
Oh,
what it
okay,
is first.
okay. We each should have an opinion, right?
Yes.
What's up, A?
On what WSA is.
It's very
Yes.
weak. What's up, A?
That's yours. Okay. What's up?
What does A even mean?
Alpha.
Alpha.
What's up,
Alpha
A?
dog.
I was literally the only thing that coming in my head is we shook already.
We should.
Oh
Wow.
my god, that sounds so good actually.
That's why
I
he's
feel
a
like it's the most
copywriter.
likely. Shit.
Okay, what's your
What
guess?
do you... Oh. I feel like the WhatsApp is now stuck in my mind, and now I'm just trying to solve for the A. Because of the whole WhatsApp. Shit.
It could be the root version of
Well-
what's up, assholes.
Yep.
Oh my god. What's up, SO?
He's a writer lah. He does that. This is like
what
This is like
the-
nothing to him. It's like
Yeah. Shit.
yeah.
Okay, I think it has to definitely have the WhatsApp. It feels like a kind of personality thing. And the A should be maybe not assholes.
Ape What's up, apes? What's up?
What's up?
Shh, let come up with.
Oh my god, now I'm just stuck with
Okay, we'll
assholes.
come back to that.
Wait, is that your answer? What's up?
Oh my god. Yes. What's up? Ah.
What's up?
H dot
Okay,
dot
what's up?
dot.
What's up? What's up, Alpha? What's that?
No, mine was what we shook already.
Okay, so we
It's
just
actually
let him.
so good. I feel we shook already. It's gonna be.
Okay.
I guarantee you sooner or later somebody's gonna come up with a podcast called We Shook Already.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
WSA.
It'd be funny if actually
podcast.
WSA is like William, like it's a normal.
Not normal.
William Stevenson Aloysius.
Oh my god, here we
Okay.
are coming up with all this.
I know. WSA. Please tell us what WSA stands for.
Yeah,
Yes, please do, please do. Demystify it.
I cannot believe we've gone through all these episodes without asking you that question before.
So Lost in Malaysia says that he loves the word heinous. It sounds very fancy.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it
took
just
us quite a
sounds
while.
fancy lah. It doesn't sound gruesome,
Well, I see. If,
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
if it's any compliment to you, you can't tell that it took you a while. It feels like the moment you said it, I was like, of course, it's called Heinous. I can't believe nobody else has come up with a podcast called Heinous before. So yeah, that's a sign of a good name.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So this
Combining the two
he
shoes.
says that this episode makes him want to combine the two show names. We are HANTU Heinous. Why don't just
HANTU
be like
Heinous.
we are heinous?
We
I-
are HANTU Heinous.
I actually do like James Play's version of it.
Yeah,
Heinous Hantu.
more better.
Wow. Oh my god. The
Okay.
fact that I have the privilege to put heinous in front. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you.
The flow just feels right.
Right,
Heinous
right.
Hantu.
Heinous Hantu.
Yes.
I can see that happening.
Okay, so Seeing as Ghost Map's new episode is from Kulai, do you guys have any other stories from Johor? If we have any listeners from Malaysia and Johor, please feel free to submit your true stories. I do have a few Malaysian stories in the backlog. I have one of my friend who went to Genting. A bunch of people saw it. Like 8 people saw the spirit. So that was pretty creepy. Yeah, so I've always forgotten about that story. That story is just terrifying. Like phone with statics, knocking on the doors, long hair in the toilet where men. It's just a man, all men lah. So long hair cannot be on. Then like black things at the corner of the room. Those fun stuff. Yeah. So definitely yes, we will have Malaysia. Johor, I will try my best. I think there are a few. Yeah, but not to shit on our very friendly neighbor Malaysia, right? But like my aunt who is from Malaysia, the last time I went to her house, I remember she just casually, oh yeah, there was murder at the behind my house at the backyard there. There was a murder. They found a body there. It got chopped up by loan sharks or something. I mean, this was probably in like early 2000s. But as a kid, you're like, oh my god, this is so messed up. Because you're exposed. In Singapore, we are very safe, right? So you're exposed to this. This is like nothing to them. This is like daily life, right? Unlike us sheltered Singaporeans. So I got quite emotionally scarred for the rest of the trip.
Hey, it's like Guang Jin said, okay? Singapore not as safe as you think, okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Laying the seeds here for some... good podcast content.
Are you gonna say something, Guang Jin, just now about Malaysia?
Oh no, as in I just wanted to ask if they also have any true crime in Johor. Do let me know. I'm just curious.
Oh yeah.
I
I can help you ask around.
I would love to cover.
Confirm have one. Confirm have. Like not cheating on them
It's
lah.
just that based on how you describe, right? You're saying like your auntie casually told you. I feel these stories don't surface in a like I can research and find this online. I feel like I need to find someone who has experienced it, like your auntie or something.
No, you need to find the Chinese newspaper. Chinese newspaper, they tend to be more investigative. Like they like to do the old school style. They hide in the car and then they take like photos. They have I don't like to use the word accusational, but they are like very confrontational with the news, the journalism that they do. They will sit in the car and wait for things to happen, and then they will go and investigate it. They are not like, oh, it happened already, then I go. They will like go and try to dig out dirt. They are like the old school kind of journalists.
I like how when you said, Chinese newspapers are a bit more investigative, and then I just nodded as if I know like that. No.
It's like when you
were like, yeah, I still remember reading before.
Yeah.
Maybe he can. We don't know. But like if you look at some of the bigger cases in Singapore, right? Actually, our local Chinese newspaper, Xinmin, actually like they were quite thorough. Like a lot of the details of like recently there was a very unfortunate beach road slashing, right? Like Xinmin was one of the first to like a lot of the details came out from them. So I don't know how they get their source, but I'm just saying that these guys, the journalists are like really good, like very good investigative work lah. So maybe a good place to start is from there. There's a big Chinese true crime community in Malaysia that I know of. Like they really listen to that religiously lah. Just sharing. Yep. So
Interesting.
WSA said, "What is the true crime is how low my boss is paying me." That one we cannot help you lah. So
let's be honest here lah. I think we've all been victims of that crime.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Oh
so yeah.
Oh my god.
I just
was
hope
expecting to know what the name WSA is though.
We'll get to that. But
we'll get to it.
I feel like this comment just very accurately summarizes our fans. Like if I had to summarize our fans in one comment and it wasn't anything to do with ghosts, this comment summarizes our fans.
Yeah.
This is why we love them so much.
Yeah.
They are our people.
So
Yep,
funny.
definitely we will do part 2, but
Yes.
just give us some time.
Yeah.
So WSA says that it's an acronym of our name, of his name actually, but he said let's go we all show or we always show. Okay, so you remember it. You're the one who came
Yeah.
up with the copy.
Yes.
We always shook.
Yeah.
Somebody should
Yeah.
go and just start
But
a podcast.
also,
with
it was actually really the acronym of the name. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, I
Guang Jin.
think that will keep you up at night.
Guang Jin, this one's for you.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's good.
Our
Ooh.
chemistry teacher.
chemistry teacher is he's saying like
Yes.
found your podcast, but any chance you'll come to YouTube? I think you should be on YouTube, dude. Like legit.
Wow.
I think you should be on YouTube.
Maybe.
Just put
As in,
images
like-
lah.
Oh. Okay. No,
Because
as
it's
in
creepy,
now that you're sharing, like just put I think like one of those stylomatics, like
Yes.
stills with some moving parts.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's what we did. What?
With this encouragement, I think maybe we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do it.
Well,
Thank
you know,
you.
at least you won't have to visit like creepy places in the middle of the night to get your imagery, lah. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it on splash, unsplash. or something.
Yeah.
you're like, no.
Somebody has to do the work, right?
Yes.
Oh my god,
And
I heard
I'm
that
so-
exact same phrase in one of your like episodes where you turn to him and you're like, somebody is to
Somebody needs to do it. I have not done it for the longest time. Like last time I shot is like I think 2020. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
2020.
I have a huge backlog lah, but they are starting to look very similar. So I need to do it. Yeah, I just need to go find the courage first. Because the place that I go is they are very haunted. So
I do not doubt that that is true.
I've never been to them, but I don't doubt them either.
Start off with your chalet adventures and then just
yeah. With a very, very nice, tangent, right? Right now now we're talking about ghosts, right? So let's just
Yes. Let's actually get the episode back on track. as
let's
opposed
get
to our usual
let's
style.
get the ghost stories back on track, right?
Yes.
So true crime deals with a lot of tragic deaths, right?
yes.
Very gruesome, very tragic, terrible stuff. Has anything weird happened while or after you have recorded an episode?
So right. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
No, is it no. Oh, it's like okay, there's this episode that you guys made with Teddy, right?
Yes.
And she was describing how like when you're producing, you hear this like static,
yes.
like this sound in your headphones, and it sounds like there might be someone talking, like a murmuring.
Mm.
It happens there.
Mm.
Like when I heard that episode, I was like, what the hell? Like it happens. And then after that, you were also saying that this kind of happened to you as well. And now
Yep.
it kind of freaked me out. Did everyone buy a P4? Like what's going on? Is it like the equipment?
Sometimes it could be the equipment. As a technical person, I can tell you, 90% of the time is the equipment lah. It's the 10% where you can't explain. Like I've experienced it before. Like I was recording a podcast. It's not even supernatural. It was in the day. So like just people talking. I was like doing the sound, and then I just pulled down my headphones, and then I just stared at the host, and then he stared back at me. He's like, "Why? What happened?" and then just stop. Yeah, but I could hear like a fourth voice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, as in I felt like a little bit during post-pro production, but once I export the file, like I didn't hear it.
Okay.
And it just made me feel like, I don't know, it's a
Where
little
did
bit
you
weird.
record it? Where did you record it at home or did you record it in the studio?
Home. It was at home, but does Red Hill have like creepy things happening?
Oh yeah, Red Hill itself is a creepy place.
Shit, I've never
Do you
heard
not
of any.
know about the legend of Red Hill?
Is it
do you
the
know
one where the
why it's
person
called-
died, then the
hill become
blood
red
in
lah.
the hill?
Yes, there's a few
Wow.
variations. It's quite gruesome.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No.
I remember hearing that as a kid.
I'm telling you, like Singapore is the most haunted place on earth because of the density.
Yeah. What was it like?
It's too small.
I think it's like per square kilometer. It's apparently the most haunted place in the
Oh,
world.
it's like
Yeah.
population density thing even happens in the afterlife, huh? In Singapore.
It does,
It's
lah, I
like-
guess. Like they play by the rules of the plane, right? Like. But anyway, so that's the only thing that happened to you, like the weird thing
Yes.
that happened to you.
Yeah. Which I've just told myself is probably just casual sounds, so it's nothing else.
Yeah. I mean,
Casual sounds.
you start paying at that. After a few recordings, you can kind of hear what is weird and what is not weird, and I
Yeah.
can tell you sometimes it's really weird. Yeah, to the point where I just ignore lah, don't care lah.
Wow.
Wait, I mean, when you're in this field, you know, you're so close to horror, right? True crime is very close to horror already. So you gotta expect that weird things happen. Yeah.
Oh my god, man. You know, you're kind of scaring me. Like, should I
I'm not
create season 2?
No, I'm not scaring you. I'm just
Oh my
telling you as a peer, right?
That is even scarier. Like, you're telling me this is the fact. Like, this is the fact of life. Don't you
No, no,
dare
no, no,
think,
no, no.
you know, it's
No,
a
no, no.
fact. It happens.
It may happen to you. It may not happen to you. Okay? So just this morning, someone told me that Kyle, you know, like I was just joking. Like I'm gonna meet a guy with a third eye, and I'm gonna ask him like, is there anything following me? And then this guy was just say, confirm got. He will definitely say that got something following you. And I'm like, why? Because you do horror, so they are attracted to that thing. Do you think that you could not have listeners be in the beyond? And I'm like, actually, that's true. That's fair. They do have Spotify over there, I think. How they
Probably
pay, I don't
someone
know.
burn the app,
Yeah.
right?
No, burn the card, you know, the premium Spotify premium card. You get Spotify
It
premium.
can only last a couple of months, lah. So you know,
Yeah.
viewership's not that high.
Yeah, so like I must say that yeah, there are weird things that happen when we record and when we produce, and after, you know, these few years doing this horror thing, I think despite us being very respectful, I feel that we are quite respectful. We do not challenge them. We do not like we don't even investigate. We're not investigators. We're not adventurers. We're just storytellers. There's still weird things that happen. I guess they just want us to know that they are there. So I'm not saying that will happen to you, but I'm saying that people in this field are more likely to experience this. If you're near death, you're near horror, you're more likely to experience it. It's just it is. So have you?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say that I know he didn't mean it that way, but I like how it sounded like a threat.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
That's how
It is. It's a threat.
It's not a threat.
He is. Look, his hand is sticking out. He's
not
like,
a threat.
He's coming at me. It's kind of
No
crazy.
lah, it's not lah. It's not.
I know, but I'm just gonna take your side and it's like, yeah, he's completely threatening you. I know he's not, but I'll take your side anyway. Yeah, he's not threatening
Oh
you.
my god. Oh my god. Shit.
So have anything weird happened
Yeah.
to you since doing horror?
Um,
Do you feel like your life changed?
Wow,
Well, I
life
have to-
change. That's a deep
I
one.
have Kyle more in my life, so you know it's changed for the better.
Thanks.
No, well, okay, there was that one time when we were recording an episode and all of us, like, what was it? The light started,
Yeah, let's
Flickering.
not say the name of the studio.
the light started flickering in Nameless Studio number 2.
Okay.
And
Shit.
that was I think the only one where, and it wasn't like outright scary, it was just all of us going like,
Wait.
you
a
saw that,
minute.
right?
Yeah.
okay,
Shit.
That was the only weird. Like, not even like when writing. You don't write at night, right? You
Oh
write
hell
in
no.
You
Hell
write in
no.
the day. Yeah, you write.
Hell no.
Yeah. Okay.
Smart
and,
man.
and it has to be in the
Smart.
afternoons are more like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so nice. and
Brightest, right?
bright. Yeah,
Brightest and warmest.
4 o'clock hit, that's it, we're done already, you know. I'm like, no. Sun's starting to set already, screw this. Not gonna take any chance. Maybe somebody came to work early or what, I don't know.
See the amount of things that we do as creators.
Yeah,
just to
like
get
you
the word
guys are
out.
really sacrificing so much though. Like really, like it's crazy. Like literally walking through the plains to bring the stories.
No lah. I feel like, okay, to be fair, we do have we do sacrifice as creators. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that the passion is one of the main drivers lah.
Yeah,
We're not doing it for the cloud only lah. We're
Yeah.
doing it for the passion because we like it lah.
exactly. I can't imagine like you going through all the research
Yeah,
that you
dude.
go through and doing that kind of reading
Yeah.
and all that,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, I'm not really that interested. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean like
I agree.
one of the most common questions that came to us when we were like 1 year plus into Ghost Maps. People are like, why don't you expand to true crime? Why don't you? It's like a natural extension. Yeah, I thought of that.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
But I cannot lah. I mean it's not for me. Yeah. Also, personally, I feel like making money off someone's tragedy is not something that I want to live with.
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like Kyle and I have had this discussion before, and we had it with Teddy, and
Oh
chances
yeah.
are we're gonna have discussion with you as well. But like I personally won't write a true crime podcast because I feel like I'm not good enough to do it. Like
Right.
the way you do it, that's why I asked, like, how do you find that balance? Because it's something that I don't think I can reach that point yet. Whereas like with Heinous,
Right.
it never feels like exploitative.
Yep.
It feels
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
like engaging.
Yeah.
I don't even want to use the word entertaining. It's engaging, it's interesting, and it's educational.
Yep.
But it's never like you
Yeah.
know like
Because
you
it's-
don't
it's-
get a well, you feel like you have to shower after you record an episode, lah,
But we
but
don't
like,
feel dirty.
for us it's like
Yeah,
no. I don't feel like a key feeling when I
Yeah.
listen to it as well.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Like, I feel like I don't feel that you are exploitative, and I feel like a lot of the stories need to be told,
Yeah.
just not by us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, which goes back to your point, and I really like. Sorry, you want to go ahead?
No. Like I wanted to ask, right? Okay, because you were sharing about all of these supernatural events that kind of happen, right? And I was just curious if there was one supernatural event that happened that made you all go like, maybe we'll not produce a few episodes for like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks just to
Not
like
yet.
rest.
Not yet.
Well,
Not yet. Why must you
We've
say
we've
yet?
taken breaks
Oh my
to
God.
rest. I think the scariest thing that's made us want to take a break is the fear of burnout.
Yeah.
That's the most haunting
Pot
thing for
face.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
that's the feel. I'll take more of a scarier approach, lah. So here's my
Of
stance.
course you will.
And other horror creators will agree with me on this. I think doing horror, you also attract horror, right? So there are listeners from the beyond. There are people who appreciate us from the beyond. So this message is to you guys also. We appreciate the love, but just don't be too close because we will get scared. And if we get scared, then it will affect our mood, and if it affects our mood, it affects the schedule. So yeah, that's the agreement. There's one famous radio DJ that I listen to who does horror in Mandarin. He is also very clear on that. Yeah, so you cannot control who listens to your podcast and who doesn't. So all we can say is that, you know, as long as we respect each other's boundary, I think we are good. So you cannot stop them from listening, right? Like,
No, but
yeah.
that's a pretty good way to stave off the supernaturals. Like, hey, you want the content, right?
Give me some space, bro.
You also want, right?
Yeah.
Hey, no, but true crime also, you cannot catch out true crime writers. If you're interested to
Yeah.
hear about how some of your peers got to where they are, don't catch out the true crime writers also. True crime writers tell those stories also.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
Wait, just before we jump to more questions, I wanted to ask you, like, do you have any tales of the supernatural of your own?
yeah,
Wow. Yes.
come.
So right. Okay, and I feel like this only happens in army, but it is an army story. So,
It's the
but
space, lah.
like it is only ever,
It's
yeah,
the place.
it's only ever happened to me in Tekong also, which is kind of weird.
Yep.
But anyway, so right, there was this one moment where so we were in CISPEC, and we were in this company, right, which pushed us to excel. So we'll feel super tired, right, as we're like digging the shell script and like everything. So it came at night. And just so happened that me and 2 of my friends, right, are kind of situated slightly further out. For whatever tactical reason, right, that they see fit, we were a little bit further away from everyone else. So when night came, it's naturally super scary and it's dark and it's a forest, right? So we're all just resting there. And then we would just start having a conversation. Then as we're having a conversation, we then fall asleep. And when I was asleep, right, like I heard this rustling sound in the forest. And it comes like on this like very gradual sound, like it's moving. And I was like, must be like a wild boar. I was like, okay lah, let the wild boar just chill. Then I heard like a voice, and I'm not even kidding you, like it went, Guang Jin. Then I was like, whoa, shit. Like, oh my god, is my rifle loaded? Like, just in case I was like checking shit. So right, then I heard it like start to sound more and more like real. So previously it sounded a bit like soft and quiet and faint. Then it became like quite resolute, like Guang Jin. Then I was like, okay, shit. Then I just opened my eyes and I was like, okay, fuck it. Like what? Oh my god, I should have.
It's okay, it's
No,
okay.
no, it's fine.
Okay, but-
it's fine.
It's fine.
But anyway, I was like, oh my god, like whatever. So like when I opened my eye, like I could see like the silhouette. And this silhouette, right, is not of like a ghostly shape. It's a bit like pui pui. It's a bit like round. And I was like, shit, actually look a bit like my friend. Then I was like, huh? What the hell is going on? Then I turned to the other shell scrape, right? Where my friend is supposed to be, and it's empty. Then I was like, huh? What the hell? Then my friend was like, hey, bro, can you help me find back my shell scrape? Then I was like, huh? This is so weird. So after that, right, when he came over, then I was like, hey, bro, why are you in the forest? Then he was saying, okay, you won't believe like what happened. So here's where the true ghost story appears. He was like, so like I was sleeping, right, bro? And then I dreamt that there was this girl. Then this girl came to me and she told me like, follow me. So I ran with her. And I just started running inside the forest. And I woke up in the middle of the forest.
Holy crap.
So he was trying to find his way back. And then, right, the most creepiest part, and like, wow, shit, I don't know if this is like real, but like the next day, a few people were also like saying that they had similar dreams.
Oh man.
So it was damn freaky. And that's when I feel like, okay, cause personally for me, like I'm not someone who like experiences a lot of supernatural. I only experienced that once when I was 14 years old with the girl running inside the wall.
Yeah.
And then since then I never really. So when I heard that, right, that was like one of the first few times where I go like, wow, shit, maybe these things are all real. Like, oh my god. Kind of freaky.
It's the island, dude. I think there's something in the island.
No, but it's weird, right? Like, why a little girl? Like, doesn't it seem strange for an island like Tekong? I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, before it was
Yeah, it
before
was a
it
village.
was yeah, exactly.
They
So
have cemeteries. Things are there.
Interesting.
And it may not be a little girl. It could be something else that's trying to be a little
Taking
girl.
the form.
yeah.
Yes.
And, like
Yeah.
that's the thing, like when you started telling the story and
Oh, I
you
never
said your
thought of that. Wow, it freaks me out.
I like
Yeah.
see ghost of a little girl, you're like, oh poor thing. But then like
No.
ghost is taking the shit of a little girl.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like,
But what were you feeling like when your friend called you? You definitely like freak out, right? In the middle of
Yeah.
night, in the shell scrape some more, and your friend like
yeah.
calling you, and you're like, what were you feeling? So he told you the
Okay,
story
so-
right then and there, like the ghost story. He
Yeah.
told it right. Oh my god!
Yeah.
How you
Because
sleep?
like I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you there? Come on, tell me. And I was like, wow. So like as he described everything, right? Then I was like, okay lah, bro. Let's just sleep lah. I was like, wow, shit. Then I just
What
stood
time
over
was
there
it?
and I was like,
What time was it? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Like it was
I have
late.
no
lah.
idea. Like I didn't check the whole. Yeah. But it has to be, I don't know, like at least 2 a.m.
Okay.
But it was super freaky. Like
But-
after that, I couldn't really sleep.
what was it? Just you? Or what about the rest of your section?
No, so the three of us were quite far away. So that's why like me and him was experiencing it. But after that, when I asked the rest, there was like maybe like 3 or 4 people that had the same dream. And like it's a little girl, which like previously to me I was thinking it's a little girl, but now that you make me realize that it could be someone else taking the
Could
form
be
of a little
something
girl.
else. Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
So it's kind of like one of those mass hysteria, experiences, right? Usually like there's a pattern when I listen to the stories, right? Usually it's like a bunch of people experience it, but different ways. Which means that the entity was there to haunt a bunch of people. Just like get like shits and giggles or whatever lah, like just to make disturb these army boys lah. Then after that, whoever the suay one will kena worse lah. So I feel like your friend is the suay one lah.
when you said that your friend ran into the forest and then he woke up like that, right? Like I was literally talking about like sleepwalking with a couple of friends recently. So like in my head I was like, oh, maybe it was just sleepwalking lah, okay lah. Then you went to go ahead and say like, oh yeah, a few other people could have. I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
okay, probably not that then.
it's like maybe he's Moon Knight, right? And he's just like walking around.
Wow. That escalated really quickly.
To the stars and the moon.
Hey, look, if Disney wants to advertise on our show, we're not gonna complain also lah. So there you go. Disney Plus.
If you want to have market penetration into Singapore, I would recommend to go HANTU.
Yeah. Hey. Guang Jin does podcast on careers. He knows what he's talking about also. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the only time that you've gotten anything
Yeah.
like.
I had only.
supernatural.
Okay, no, wait, there is one more.
Okay.
Wow, but this one is.
Do
it's
share.
like one of those things. Wow, shit. But every time when I describe this story, like I feel like I scare myself because this time it kind of happened to me. And this
Okay.
is the only other instance. So,
Right.
wow. So, like, this was again back in CISPAC. And then we were prepared, like, it's the end of the day and we're all gonna sleep, right? So, we're all lying in the bunk. And then we're all, like, falling asleep. So, at that point, right, like, I was sound asleep. Then I woke up. And I woke up, right, because, like, my blanket was on my cheek. And then, wow, it's like the freaky. So, like, it's over here, right? Then the blanket just went up and down. And the moment that happened, right, I was like, oh my god, it's like there's no way the wind is so strong, right? Then after that, I heard one of my friend who claims he sleep talks suddenly went like fuck, I'm sorry, fuck. Then I was like, oh my god. And then after that, I just didn't sleep until the morning.
Yep.
Then the next day, right, I went to ask like did anyone else like feel all this kind of stuff lah? Then my friend who said that he sleep talks say like, in his sleep he'll sometimes swear. Then I was like, okay lah, maybe this is all in my mind and this is just some nonsense. Then my other friend, right, then told me like, bro, my blanket moved at night. Wow, shit. Then after that, wow, I just felt very uncomfortable, man. After that, like, whenever I go toilet, I'll wait for my friend to go. So like girls. They'll be like, oh, hey, bro, wanna go toilet together? Yes, sis. Then we all just go together.
But that is the rule, right?
The
You
smart
should-
way to do it, definitely.
That's the smart way to do it, lah. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't go alone, lah. I went alone on the first day and I kena already. First day.
Oh my god, what's this?
First day, bro. Tekong also.
In army, like first day.
Yeah, first day. First night.
Of course, it happened to you lah.
So
First day.
bald head, right? Then you're like looking at your head. So my section is actually at the highest floor. So the whole section was just chilling in the bunk. So I went to the toilet. It's not even that late. It's like 6. But in Tekong, the sun set quite fast. So it's getting dark lah, but you still can see some of the sun. So I went to the toilet, very nearest to my bunk. So I went. Then I know that I was alone, like for sure. And it's a new coil, right, that's moving in, right? So all the windows are shut. Nothing's open yet, so windows are shut. No wind, So I just like washing my hand and looking at the hair. Wow, the hair rabak. No more already, right? Then at the middle, like out of nowhere, like at the corner, there's this cubicle. The door open. It's okay. Open, never mind. Okay, maybe bad mechanics, right? Nothing inside. Then close back. Open already, then close back. After a while, like after like maybe 5 seconds. Then I was like, okay, that's my cue to leave. So I just open, then zao. So just act dumb. That was the only time that I kena. Yeah, that was the only time. So, yep, Tekong, good times.
I'm so strange, right? Only in the army this kind of thing happens.
No, it's not
crazy,
only in the army. I'm telling you, Tekong is a hotbed of supernatural things. I mean, midnight, please do not puff my ass. But that's my theory, lah. That's my theory as someone who is into the supernatural. There is something there. It's like the missing 411. Are you familiar with that? Missing 411.
No.
So
What's
missing
that?
411 is like a theory. It's an internet theory and an internet phenomenon about a place called the Skinwalker Ranch in
Oh my God, the
in-
name.
in America. They had a lot of UFO sightings and a lot of supernatural. It's like between science and supernatural, a lot of weird shit. So someone went to do a documentary about it. It's really fascinating. Yeah, if you're into that, you could check it out. If not, then
I feel I'm into the story, but I'm not into maybe how they will tell it. I feel like they will make it so scary. That was just
no,
like,
actually no. It is scary in a sense whereby it's so mysterious because it's
Right.
not it's not like as definite as like supernatural. Oh, and then one girl boom come out. No, it's like I saw like a bunch of shadows, and then the door starts rattling, and then security cameras start going out, and they start to come out with scientific explanation, but they just cannot find it. It's just too weird, like super weird. Like I feel like there are a lot of places in the world that has this kind of energy, like Tekong being one. Then there's in Singapore, right? Then I feel like Malaysia is Genting. The mountain itself is just weird, man. Like, and then the sea of trees in Japan, which is just at the base of Mount Fuji. Why does that place attract death? Why so much Bermuda Triangle? I feel like it's sometimes supernatural things are also kind of tied to unexplained things that we as
Is
humans
there like
have not known.
like
Yeah.
a hotbed that you want to visit, that you've always wanted to go and visit?
Hell no. I love the supernatural, but unless I'm getting paid a shit ton of money to do it, I probably won't. Like, if you ask me lah, like the thing that the scariest place that I would go and like try to experience it, probably either the Sea of Trees, which is the Suicide Forest in
Suicide
Japan.
Forest, right?
Yes, or Chernobyl.
We just released a TikTok on Suicide Forest on Friday the 13th. Like, it's crazy.
Nice. Go check it out later. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I feel like that, spaces. I mean, recently there's a lot of talk about multiverse, right? So I
madness
feel
in
like
multiverse.
it's like overlap, right? Like maybe the supernatural plane is on top of this, and then there's like other shit lah. So maybe it's like a cross of science and things that we just cannot perceive it as of now. Maybe one day, right, we can. Don't you think that it's very interesting? Like, I think
Yeah.
I've said this before on previous episode. If you put an AI with a spirit and then they start talking, I think the AI will break, yeah. I think the AI will be like, does not
Oh my
compute,
God.
does not
Or
compute. Then boom.
We get Terminator. Really? Or we just get Terminator.
What would
Then they
the
destroy
Terminator do? Try to punch the air.
No, what Guang Jin is saying is that
Yeah.
the spirit possesses the AI, and then that's how Terminator happens.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, John
Wow. Wow.
I
That
like.
is
Wait, I'm sorry. You're going wow.
No. Like I did not
heard
think of that.
weirder things come out from your mouth.
No, I've not. No, I'm not wowing as it right now. Now it makes sense. So you're
does,
saying that
right?
Terminator 1 onwards, it has been ghosts
Exactly.
possessing a bunch of robots trying to kill humans.
Exactly.
They don't
Come
know
on.
what they don't know how to call a priest, man. Walao eh. They just call one at the trilogy end already. Like the first half of the movie, the ghost gone.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm here to kill you. Like, boom, come the priest. Then, be gone. Like,
Then the robot's like, sorry, I will go back to washing dishes now.
You know, Guang Jin, you come on
Yes.
one episode, you put these theories in his head, and then the episode's done, right? We'll chat a bit, maybe.
Right.
Then after that, okay, everything's cool. I have to listen to this for weeks on end now, because of you.
Thanks.
He's haunted Terminator theories.
one of those conspiracy theory episodes that y'all can build upon.
Actually,
I'll
yeah,
be very
that's something
eager
that
to watch.
I've been thinking about. Yeah. Yep. So
Nice.
so
You've been
one
Googled.
wants you to be on YouTube, right? Yeah. So
Yes,
Another
yes.
push. Let's do it.
Yes, I will.
we have-
I will.
We have a ghost story. My grandma's
Aw.
sister once told me that the house that she's living in now had a dead body inside a bed that was left there, and the room the bed was in was turned into a storm. She always hear knocking in that room. Wow. By the way, it's in Kuala Lumpur. Did I just hear a knocking on your side?
Yes, but
Okay.
that's natural. That's
That's
a
natural, right?
Yes,
Actually,
yes,
I wanted
that's
to do this, but like, yeah,
Oh
late.
my god! If you had done that, I'll freak out, man.
too late.
I would have been like,
Would've
wait,
been funny
guys,
if
you
it was
hear that? Like,
It
hey,
started
this-
with like. Then after when start playing drums on and find out
Oh
that
my
whatever spirit on there got no rhythm.
correct. Then after that, we hear like the bright side, Mr. Killer, like the killers, right?
Kelvin, you want to submit
Emo
your
night.
stories to us? I think this is a pretty interesting story.
With pictures.
I've already got like a story in my mind already, like how to tell it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, so Kelvin, if you wanna submit stories to us, or anybody wants to submit stories to us, hantu.sg, you can contact us through there, or our Facebook page, Instagram. You can drop us message. Just look for We Are Hantu, and you can drop us messages on there and tell us your stories if you want them to be episodes of Ghost Maps.
Yeah. So wait, a lot of comments.
Yeah, boy. Maybe let's do Jermaine's one since we were just talking about
Haven't.
Oh, haven't yet. Okay,
Haven't yet.
sorry, a lot of comments.
Yeah. So Kelvin was
Yes.
saying that maybe Wayne should start writing at night, and then the guest writer
Oh.
help him to write.
No,
Or
like-
a ghost writer. Putum.
Oh my god, it would be so scary if you stop writing, then the
Hey.
keyboard start clicking by itself to continue the story.
I've done it. Okay, guys.
What, haunt me?
No. I've done the whole like doing it at night. Like obviously right.
Yes.
Before Golden Mile, I had another office at Paya Lebar. So this was the very first 5 episodes of Ghost Patch. Crunch time, we were editing it out. We got job lah. So we have to prioritize our day jobs first before we do Ghost Maps. So I was editing late to the night, and at that point that version of the car is a lot more stubborn, so a lot more not as scared of ghosts, like because of the stubbornness. So I would edit until 3 a.m. at night, and I'm pretty sure I was the only one on that floor. 3 a.m. at Paya Lebar. It's one of those nice office buildings, and then I will go and take a shit in the toilet at the last cubicle, just to like prove my point. Like fuck lah, what goes? Then take a shit. then like in the toilet, then like it's just empty, and it's probably, I think it was dark. Then it had one of those motion lights. Yeah, so I've been through that motion. I've been
Oh
been
my
through
god.
that.
Wow, that was
Not
such a good fun,
intentional,
eh. How long is
but-
it set in?
No, it was not intentional. So I've been through that whole phase. I don't think I could do it anymore. Right now, even as I'm in my home studio, right, I think the latest I will edit is probably like till 11 or 12. Because unless I wouldn't do it like unless there's like a crunch time, or like we really need to make certain changes last minute. If not, I will do it in the day as well, because now I'm a lot more scared of this.
I will say this lah. I'm not gonna tempt the spirits or anything like that, but if for some reason I'm like writing a script and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right, I stop typing, right, and then my keyboard starts typing by itself, right, I will take a break. I will let the spirits continue writing for me. But like, I'll give you co-credit for this one.
You take a
Cool.
Kit Kat.
I clearly I need a break as well, and clearly you can tell I also need a break. So cool. Go outside, have a little bit of tea, come back, see how far the ghost got into the story. I will accept the help if they offer it. But only at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If they do this to me at 3 in the morning, first of all, I shouldn't be writing at 3 in the morning. Second of all, I just run out of my room screaming.
Yeah, I think Guang Jin is lagging.
Oh yeah.
He lagged out.
Man, dude, I thought you were like so like enamored by my topic. Okay. Guang Jin,
Oh,
Oh, he's back. He's back.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. You're back. Yeah.
Up.
How's your internet, dude? Like,
Moment many.
Is it a
Can't freak
missing
me up.
411 kind of like, dude? Like I'm getting like you patching in and out.
Yeah.
Like it's
My
a good
God.
thing. It's a good thing because they don't want you to talk anymore. They, as in like they.
know who you mean by they. I'm kind of freaking.
Okay, you take your time
Yeah.
and fix this problem.
We've-
We'll address the comments now.
Yes.
So
kind of Okay.
so right now we have
Where do we?
WSA. He says that he will definitely check out Heinous. Sounds interesting. Now I have 2 confirmed shows on my podcast playlist: Ghost Maps and Heinous. Nice.
Wait, I think Guang Jin's back.
Yeah, no, I
Awesome.
think he's still lagging. So Dennis says that same. I usually listen to horror and crime podcasts while doing my / jogging. Like it's so this is a very nice feeling, right? But I've done that at night. Like I went out for night cycling alone, and then I started listening true crime. Wow, I cannot. that one is too scary. It's like living in the true crime itself. That is like the max for me. But it was still a nice feeling until like you start reaching some dark corner, dark roads. Oh, that's when
I can't do it at night, but I will say that listening to podcasts, especially like stuff that's engaging like true crime and horror, is great because then I don't notice how tired I am when I'm jogging. That's very important.
you run faster.
What's really scary is how unfit I am. That's what's really scary.
Are you back? Are you back?
He's back. He's laughing at my
Yes.
joke. Yes.
Nice. Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
'Cause
oh my
No,
god.
no, no. I think that is a good thing because like we have extra guests if you know what I mean. So
Damn annoying.
Yeah.
Like that.
this question is addressed to you.
Yes.
Jermaine
Yes.
asks, how does Heinous actually create their episode? Asking as an art student, by the way, need inspiration. Nice.
Good question.
Wow.
Good question. So, like the process kind of splits into two parts. So, like the first part is more of like creating the content itself. So, the script writing, and then during the whole script writing process, right? What we're actually doing is to expand key segments of the crime itself. So that one is more of like a verbal addition. After that, I have this amazing audio engineer. His name is Ethan. And then I'll send it over to Ethan with some like key notes, where we would say like there are some maybe sound effects or themes that we would have. For example, like if you talk about Andrew Le in the setting, we know, or Anthony Le in the setting, we know that it has to be more of like a McDonald's, Pasaris, HDB kind of like vibe. Then if you talk about someone else like Sunny Ang, this happened like 1963, then that's the kind of vibe that we must have. But when it comes to creating the immersion on the music, right, or the sound effects, there's about 2 to 3 parts to it. I think one of it is like what are the key sound effects that we need to have that describes the whole time period. Then what is the key sound effects that would describe the act itself, right? And this depends on the murder items, right? Then after that, what are the key sound effects that we need to have, which is a bit sensitive, but it's more on the victim. Like what do we think happens to the victim? Then once we have those together, right, it's how we just layer them all over. Oh my god, that was a perfect product placement. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good.
Nice sound effect, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
it did.
like how
it did.
while he's talking about the
No, I was
gruesome part
timing
of
it. I was timing it.
It really did. I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
You go ahead.
So yeah, I was gonna ask like how long does one whole episode take you? Because there's
Yeah, actually, that's
a lot of layers on
Yeah.
that one. So how long does one episode take you guys?
Wow, like end to end. Okay, cause it really varies. It's like a huge range, but definitely like a couple of days. A couple of days for sure. Yeah. So it's like a couple of days. We create, we review. Then we ask ourselves like, is this true to the time? Is this true to the scenario? Do we feel comfortable airing it? Then after that, we'll iterate based on those questions. Yeah.
I do like how y'all right to the end you're still asking the question like should we air this? That's
Yeah.
see that's what I mean. Like to me, that's a sign of a very good true crime podcast where you're constantly asking yourself, is this something that we're the right people to tell?
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
that to me, like that just asking that question already that's a clear sign that you're the kind of person that should be telling these particular stories as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, tuition teacher says,
411.
says missing
It keeps coming
411
back.
sounds intriguing. Thanks for sharing. New stuff to check out. Yeah, guys, check out Missing 411. Trust me, I'm a horror nerd. Can tell you like the good shit. Like one of the latest good shit that you should watch is The Medium, right? The director of Medium, who is also the director of Shutter, and he also recently made one for Apple, one horror short film shot on iPhone for Apple. Not that it matters, but if Apple wants to pay for Ghost Maps, so be it. Slight tangent into that.
That's right. We're not
Yeah.
picky about our
Yeah,
sponsors.
exactly.
Most important tangent.
Exactly. Calvin Lai
Karak
says that
Highway.
isn't Karak Highway a hotbed for supernatural stuff?
What's
Yes,
Karak
it is.
Highway?
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Oh.
Shit, I should have asked that, right?
You
Oh my
really
God, what
shouldn't
did I
have asked
do?
that.
Karak Highway is the highway that leads to, it's an old road lah, that leads to Genting Highlands. So it's very creepy, and I'm not gonna say her name, but you know lah, the not Singapore, Southeast Asia's vampiric lady that's wearing white with long hair and nails that like to rip out male genitals. A lot of sightings of her there lah. So that's like a hot spot. A lot of urban legends lah.
Yeah, some of the most famous
Yeah.
stories that like I mean we all heard when we were kids. The one of the more famous ones comes from Karak Highway.
Yep.
And I'm like, just we won't tell it to you, but Guang Jin, during the day, perhaps during the day, just Google Karak Highway and that particular creature's name.
I think there were like 2 to 3 feature films made about that place.
So enjoy,
Wow.
Yeah.
enjoy.
Okay, before I add the follow-up question for Calvin, right, I'm going to address the first one because I know that,
Yeah.
that question itself will be quite a long answer.
Yes.
So Lost in Malaysia says that he usually listens to horror while writing scripts or road trips at night. Oh yeah, the road trip thing, definitely. You know what's the weird thing? My friend RQ, he actually, you guys should thank him because he's usually the guy who drives me out to go and shoot all those horror stuff.
Thank you.
And then just to mess with me, he will play Ghost Maps on our way there on the car. It sounds weird for me. Then my other friend starts getting creeped out. It's like, oh, it's so horror. Then we going through horror. Then you go and listen to this. So the 3 of us will be in the car. Yeah, so that's kind of nice. Rex Pond 92 says that I listen to horror and true crime while I work. Since I work with numbers, it is really fun listening to it. Oh yeah,
Nice.
it is.
Nice.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Until
I agree.
you mess up the numbers lah. And then you like shit.
Why I work here in numbers? I see a
why
lot of
does
13.
why doesn't these two things balance?
I see a lot
How?
of 13. I see a lot of 4. A lot of 666 on there. I don't know what's going on.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh my
God,
god, that's
listen.
so freaky, man.
So Calvin says that he listens to horror podcasts while sleeping, just helps with drowsiness, but sometimes it backfires horribly and I cannot sleep. Yes, I also have experienced that. I usually do the horror listening, right? Actually, you should try it. If you do afternoon naps, right? Or actually, you can sleep quite well when you listen to horror.
No, I really want to know what are the episodes that Calvin thinks helps him sleep. Like, I want to, like, send me those. Like, I really want to experience that.
He's gonna try it.
I can't imagine this ever working out, man.
Yeah. So Calvin says, looking forward to the day episode. Karak Highway. Sorry, Wayne.
He's coming back.
I tell you what. We'll do
That'll be
the,
quite
the
fun,
creepy bus ride first. Eventually, we'll do the cemetery. Yeah, we'll
So
see how.
What number do you need in order to do the
100,000.
Karak Highway?
100,000.
100,000.
100,000. Because it's considered international already now.
Yeah.
We need more juice. Yeah, 100,000 guys. 100,000 on our Facebook and Instagram. Then we'll go to Karak Highway and do an AI episode.
I was gonna say 1 million.
No lah. Come on. 1 million, you're like, I'm thinking million go to sea of trees already.
What is wrong with
Wow,
you?
sea of trees, man.
No, but
Go
if
there.
you want to put a scale,
wrong
because it's further and further, right? Then if maybe 10 million, I don't know.
Stop giving them
Go,
ideas.
go to like the Goatman's Bridge or something. I don't know.
Okay, 10 million Goatman's Bridge.
Oh
Okay,
my
okay.
God.
It's my bridge now. Goatman. Yeah, whatever. So this is a very good question.
Yes.
Oh, shit. So Calvin is asking whether if you are a believer or non-believer. You can have like really long-winded answers, no problem.
It is a loaded question, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
No. So right. I feel generally I started off as a non-believer. Then I feel like all these random instances, like a girl running into the wall, then like the gong. Then I start to feel like, maybe like some of these things happen. But I feel I tend closer towards a non-believer route. Like, I keep thinking there must be some science involved. Like, what if it's like some binaural beats and it resonate with a part of your brain that's related to imagery? Then it's just like the resonation, like it adds the feeling into your brain and then to your mind, or like maybe you are too tired. So like there was this once where we did some route march, right? And because I was so tired, the trees started looking like soldiers. But I feel like if I keep on focusing, then they start to look more and more like trees. So then I'm like, maybe I'm too tired. So I tend towards a non-believer route. But then somewhere around 12 a.m., life sometimes proves me wrong. Then like I hear random noise. I'm okay, okay, sorry. Then I just apologizing to the wall. Then I go back. I don't know, man.
So you are a non-believer lah. But what if
I feel maybe I'm the third option, which is a hypocrite lah. Like I say, I'm a non-believer, but then the moment something happens, I'm like, sorry.
yeah lah, like us ah,
Yeah.
hypocrites ah.
We're the hypocrites.
We're the
So
biggest
I like
hypocrites
that.
in business, dude. Like, we're so agnostic, right? I feel like they need to come up with another term for agnostics. Agnostics, they are agnostics. You know? Like, you're agnostic about the agnostic fact that you are agnostic. So it's like...
Oh, that's so meta.
It's a bit crazy, yeah. Like, because we always say that, you know, like, I will be the first one to question, like, you sure not? Then after that, then like, oh shit. Okay, sorry.
Sorry to the wall again. Sorry.
Yes. So yeah, I totally get and I agree with where you're coming from. But what if, right? What if I'm not trying to change your belief or anything, but what if like the whole binary shit, right? It also applies to the supernatural world. It's just that we do not have the tools or the knowledge to understand that binary form. What if that form, right, in it of itself, it is a fact. It's just that we cannot perceive it well because we are our mind or our brains and our eyes are not trained to see it. Like, it's for example, like for the lack of better word, no spoilers by the way, like Doctor Strange, right? When he goes into a different plane, he if a non-person goes in, he will like, what am I on? Am I on like some weird recreational drug or whatever? Or am I like the master of the mystics arts, right? Because I'm not trained to see that. So like your brain will melt, like literally melt, right? So I feel like it's just that we just cannot understand it yet. We don't have the tools, or we are not evolved to.
No, like they talk about all these like fourth dimensional beings and
Yes.
things like that,
Yep.
right? Like beings that maybe like time doesn't apply to them. And then for us, like we see life in their linear time frame. But for them they're just walking through. Oh,
Right? No, that's how I see it. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it. It's very hard to explain to people, but that's how I see it. I'm like, we just cannot understand it yet. Like,
I get it because it is still science. It is still science.
It's still
just
science.
that we haven't developed the technology.
Exactly. It's
And
like
then
Thor lah.
even if we develop the
It's like Thor. Like that. Like when Heimdall does the gate shit. It's like, this is magic, but it's science at the same time.
yes.
Pushing for that Disney sponsorship. Come on.
Pushing so hard.
Disney Plus.
Heinous and
I don't know,
Gruesome,
man.
sponsored by Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind
I
it's
feel-
always kind of interesting to hear, like, because Carl and I come from like our families are religious, and so like it almost feels like our default was you come in, the default setting was believer, and then the journey starts from there.
Yep.
But it's always so interesting to hear somebody who comes from who starts at a non-believer's point, and then from there their journey goes.
Yeah.
There's some overlap.
which is because like my family tends closer to non-believer, but yet my education is always in a Lasallian school. So it's like religion is always just like embedded into the education system.
Yeah.
So like some part of me feels like, like maybe it's kind of true, maybe it's not. Then after that, sorry.
No, it's like, maybe it's kind of true, it's fake, but then I will not kick offerings during 7 months.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. Like I still sometimes, fold the ingots, and fold it up, then burn it.
You know who I think are the real true non-believers?
Oh,
The freaking freegans, man. Like, you know freegans? Like Singapore freegans. Okay, guys, freegans is like basically a bunch of people who don't want to waste food. Actually, they are doing a good cause, so they will take like really
Oh,
like
I know
ugly
it.
looking food from the supermarkets or like
Oh.
stores that they are done with them. They don't want to sell them anymore. They want to control them, but they're perfectly fine food to go and give it to the needy lah. Whether if it's legally whether it's legally possible to do it, I don't know. But they do it either way. So Hungry Ghost Month, when they pray to the spirits around, and there are a lot of oranges. So these oranges at the end of the praying session, people will just put it there.
No.
Then who cleans up is the cleaner, right? So what they have did is that I think it was last year or like 2 years ago. So they went around after 7 months during the Hungry Ghost Month. After people are done with their prayers, the orange is left there. So it's a physical object. So the metaphysical body cannot be taken by the spirit. So they have eaten in that sense, right? So they said, this is a waste, right? So why don't we just go and gather? So they managed to gather like almost 100 over oranges in the course of one night. During Hungry Ghost Month, they go and pick up, they pick up the orange and they gather it and take Facebook photo. Then I probably gave it out to someone, and I think they ate it or something. Yeah. So I think these are the
feel-
true non-believers.
It's good for the environment.
It is.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
It is.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know, man. This is so freaky.
It's freaky.
Like it's good for the environment, but like, if there is truly another plane of existence, I don't know, man. I feel like once you go there, they'll be like, I'm sorry, we're gonna charge you for the 1,000 oranges that you have kind of stolen. And,
It's like, these are the bunch of people. They're still around. Like, remember in 2020, now it's 2040, you're dead. 2020, these are the bunch of people that you stole from. The oranges, you need to pay them back. Like 1,000 oranges. After interest,
man.
it's 10,000 oranges.
oh
Hey,
my
man,
god.
but by that point in time, it's an economical thing. So I'm less worried about that. It's what happens now that kind of freaks me out more.
Yeah, man. Oh my god. That's
If they got
kinda
the patience
crazy,
to
though.
wait and then like, oh yeah, here's your debt. I was like, kind of takes away the fear of it. It's like, oh, here's your bill. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. When it gets so logical, where they start calculating inflation in front of you, and they're like, you see, then times are tough lah. Everyone keep burning the note lah, then the price, then they. I'll be like, interesting.
I just picture it goes like, oh, you see, inflation. What
does your ghost sounds like, Dracula?
I don't know. It's my best ghost voice. Okay, this is why I'm not the narrator.
So he actually, Kelvin asked the best question tonight.
Why? Why do you?
He says, if a freegan offer you free food, and it's from 7, would you guys eat it?
No, I'm not.
Oranges, no. Lobsters, though, maybe. Oysters. Fresh
Nobody
oysters.
will give lobsters or fresh oysters.
You say that.
Fresh oysters.
No,
See, you say that, but
it
then
does not make sense.
last time people never burn handphone, so what?
True, but I can tell you, nobody will give lobster. It doesn't make sense. The highest tier that I've seen is crab, like steamed crab lah. They offer it. They don't offer it to the spirits. They offer it to the gods.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
It's usually on the deity's birthday or something. They have this big celebration. They will have like roasted pig. They'll have like the crab and stuff. It's just meat lah. Basically, just a lot of meat lah for the deity.
okay, what's the highest tier on 7th month?
Highest what?
Highest tier
Duck,
of food
right?
you're gonna get.
Like roast duck.
Yeah.
Roasted pig.
Okay, like confession here, right? So there's like
When
one
you
of
stole
these
food?
things.
Where's this gonna go, man?
No. So like I have this vague memory of myself when I was young. And then I went for one of these things, like, you're like folding in gogs, you're like burning notes. And then at the end of it, right, I remember going to my auntie's place or back home. And then we had roast meat to eat. And now when I think about it, right, I think it could be the meat that we were offering.
Yeah.
That we just bring back home and eat.
No. It could be like, it depends on the context. So like, let's say if you're praying to the ones that are on the roadside, so like legit hungry ghosts, like these are random. It's like, for lack of a better word lah, like the needy ones that don't have like descendants to offer them. So these you leave on the streets. But the ones that you pray to your ancestors, you can bring back. And apparently, eating after them is good luck. So
Okay.
good fun.
Oh.
Yeah, but so I mean, my family still practices. So I go right, and then we'll bring back food, like a lot of food, like it's crazy. And usually they are like, because they are placed so near the incense, so there's like incense on them. Good fun. So I have to
Yeah, you're like,
carve
wow,
out
why the
skin or
wok
something.
is so strong today?
Yeah, the wok is very strong. I gotta carve out the
Okay,
skin.
wow, not bad.
Like then, and then you talk to the elders will tell you, oh no, yeah, there's extra heng. You can eat that.
Oh my god.
I like how there's a
How?
moment, Guang Jin, where you were like, do I secretly belong to a family of freegans?
Yeah.
And then Carl
Yeah.
explained that, and you're like, oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling quite good.
So to answer your question, Calvin, for them is
Yes.
no, for me is maybe. Depends.
For me, it's a hard no.
Depends on where it's from. If it's from the streets, hell no. Two reasons. I would want to steal from the needy. Second, a rat could have gotten to that. It's disgusting. Because you
Second
just
reason
leave
is
it
very
by the
practical.
longkang. Usually Singapore, you just leave it by the longkang. Usually by longkang or by some grass patch. Confirm got. Like last episode, Jerry from Longkang Kitties, he said he saw like it's a waste of food. You see the show bar, right? Then sometimes it rains, right? Then you will like perfectly nice show bar. Then it's disgusting. So unfortunately that happens. So but if you're talking to me like ancestral, praying for ancestral, like it's like a nice like roast pork, probably I'll take it. Like you offer me food, I'll take. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, this is proper tuition teacher, man. The EM spectrum is basically another plane in our universe that human cannot perceive. If we could see the radio waves, the world would become very bright. Maybe supernatural plane is something like that. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it's just dark.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe it's just very dark. Or very.
Wow,
like,
thank you for the
green.
lesson.
Yeah, actually, actually that's interesting. There's science, guys. Science. Someone who's smarter than us actually told us.
Trust
Oh.
the handle, the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust that name. Oh, hi, John.
Hello, John.
John is from Longkang Kitties. Maybe the freegans got some other higher power protecting them. Who? You go and tell me? You come up with the theory? Who will protect the freegans?
Oh my god, the theories here are kind of wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm contemplating on starting a conspiracy theory podcast, dude.
You should.
Just like
I
drink
feel
a
like-
shit ton of beer, and then
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
know. And then
guys.
we just pick random like 3 things, then we start riffing
yeah.
on.
Like I have something to say.
There you go. That's the title of our podcast. I have something to say.
No, it's like the drunk one. Guys, I got something to say to all of you.
No. Hear me out. I have thought things through, lah. Thought things through.
John's just replied.
Yeah. No. Wait.
Okay.
Can we ask? Have we heard of the human meat bak kut teh? Yes, I have heard of the human meat bak kut teh. It's disgusting. There was a Malaysian filmmaker who made a series about it, but it's fictional, lah. Have you heard of
Okay.
it?
No. But is it exactly what the title is?
Yes,
Is
it's
that what it-
exactly what the title
Yes,
is.
it is.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you think
They
it
should
is.
add extra pepper.
I
then.
feel like I'm gonna push the boundaries of like
Good
our
taste.
relationship with our Malaysian listeners. I am a bit
God.
offended that it's not pepper bak kut teh. There, I said it. I said it.
No to herbal.
Not no lah. I prefer spicy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not only pushing the boundaries of our Malaysian listeners, you're pushing the boundaries with me as well. Just
I like peppery stuff. It's really nice. I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong.
okay.
Both are good. But if I were to use human meat, right, as an ingredient, wouldn't you use more spice to cover the smell?
I suppose it depends on whether you like the taste of human meat or not.
Meat is meat lah.
Yeah. Well,
Question is, at what number of cans of beer are you at right now? Because that's the level that you
Not
need
in-
to be to create the theory. The theory.
I'm
podcast.
only at second can because I just went out to get one.
that's what worries me. He's only at his second can.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! At the 5th, I was like, no, hear me out. Extra pepper.
I think at like six I would like go.
I see him at
Ballistic.
6. That's yes, 100%.
So John says that Morgan Freeman will protect them. You cannot
And
haunt.
he was acting as God in Bruce Almighty.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. You cannot haunt someone as Morgan Freeman. Okay, anyone who has seen Bruce Almighty will not haunt him because they're like, oh, you're God. Okay, sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're God. I can't. Like, I really cannot. Yeah.
Also, I can't imagine he's scared. Like, can you imagine if you're a ghost and you're trying to haunt somebody, you want to hear what they sound like when they're scared, right? And his scared
Yeah.
voice sounds so like soothing. You're like, no kick on this one. I obviously not gonna try to do a Morgan Freeman voice, but no kick.
He definitely got the voice of authority.
Yeah.
The voice of a
Correct.
leader.
Correct.
Yeah.
Leader is the word that I'll say. Like if the ghost is there to scare, right, and he starts like like saying his thoughts, I can imagine the ghost is like, a leader. So
I think
Maybe.
what would be worse if you're a ghost, right? Like if I was a ghost, I wanted to haunt Morgan Freeman, right? And he just starts reciting lines from Shawshank Redemption. I will just sit around and like, okay, carry on. It's been a while since I
No, you
watched it.
should
Just
get
keep
him
going.
to do true crime. Very matter of fact one.
oh my god,
And
you're
he-
right.
And he chopped off his head.
Yeah,
I know it's terrible. It's terrible, but I'm trying to set
No,
the
but I
context. I get
see.
it.
But
Like,
I
he
see
chopped
some
off
elements
his
of
head.
it.
Yeah, you know, like it's terrible, but like yeah, my impression is terrible. I get it, but I'm just trying to set the context.
So, Guang Jin,
Yes.
if you ever want to have guest narrators for Heinous, aim high.
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
Message him, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
message
just drop
him.
him a message. Hey, what are you doing on Thursday?
Okay, last comment before we go to our last two questions.
Yes.
So WSA, what's WSA name?
What do you mean?
Huh? Forget it, right?
No, wait. You caught me off guard. I was having a drink. We shook already.
Okay, great.
Wow.
We show already says that if I'm not wrong, there was a Hong Kong urban legend where a meat bun seller was arrested for using human meat.
Yeah.
I think it was made into a movie starring Anthony Wong.
Actually, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
not
this
an
hearing
urban legend. I think it actually happened.
Yeah,
he, w-
yeah, sounds
he I think I listened to it on one of the True Crime Podcast. But he didn't actually make it, I think. Or did he? The urban legend is whether if he made it, but he did kill like a family of 4 or something. And then he was masquerading as the seller. So that is an actual Hong Kong case. So where the question is whether if he actually made it into buns, because they found the meat.
interesting.
So and he sold buns for like a few months before people caught him.
Yeah.
So that's the legend. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure somebody ate some meat buns. They were extra juicy.
If you hear like there's this guy who might be selling these buns, would you want to buy and try?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
No. No.
Like
so
human
like-
meat lah. Like it's
Yeah,
like
human
you
meat.
know that it's no.
Okay.
Unless it's my own meat.
Dude.
Like you know like that guy. Okay. No, I need to set some context.
Okay.
You know that
Yes,
guy
please do.
who got his like toe chopped off or something, like his
Yeah,
leg chopped
yeah.
off, and then he
I
made
saw the
tacos.
Reddit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was on Vice, and then he like because it was a freak accident lah, so he's lost some part of his leg, and then he just took it home and basically cook up beef tacos for his friends, and then they,
Tacos. I can't. Come on. I cannot be the first person who has made
Okay.
that joke.
yeah, but basically they ate it, and then they felt like they feel it's because the doctor would have just incinerated it, so he said, "Can I bring it back?" And then the doctor's like, "You are messed up." We're like, okay, yes.
I need
Oh my
to
god,
ask
there's
the-
this like
No, you go ahead, man.
no, there's this Reddit post about this guy who lost his entire foot. Then he cooked his food, like pan fried it. Then he started describing and he's like, ask me anything, I'll tell you my thoughts on my feet.
Yeah.
That
crazy.
is-
Yep. So there are people who are there. So, okay. Come back already.
sorry.
You want me to bring you back with the pepper
No,
comment again?
no. Like I okay. The reason why I'm looking off here is I was just thinking to myself, if you eat your toe, does that give you gout? And if it gives you gout and you normally get gout in your toe, where do you get it now?
On your other toe.
Okay, fair enough.
So you have
Fair.
to chop off both.
Fair enough.
If you chop off both, right, and you
Then
still
after
get
that,
gout,
the
right? That
question
one is
becomes a
like,
truly valid.
yeah. You got
You know.
if you as long as you got one toe, then it's okay.
Valid is not the term I would use to describe the train of thought that we're all on now.
Yes. So
You're
okay.
right.
Back to the second last question. So
Okay.
the last time we had a true crime
Yeah.
guest on, right, we asked about whether like supernatural stories or like stories about real people are scarier. So
What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Like, does
Or like
What-
whether I think supernatural or actual crime, which one is scarier?
like
yeah,
actual
which
people
one
lah.
which one is more horrifying to you, lah?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel it is true crime. I feel like true crime, right? Okay, because they just like that they are real, like 100% that they are real. That's like the first like point, and I think the second one is that, very often when I see a lot of these true crime people, they don't look super suspicious sometimes. Like they look almost like casual.
Yeah.
And then the last point for me, right, is that a lot of these supernatural things, I feel like there are three like buckets in a simplistic way of supernatural like things that I hear. Like they're either evil, or they're just having fun, or they're actually like harmless. So the fact that there's an alternative to just like evil people, I feel okay, like there's a probability that you just get a casual one. So I can't, man. I feel like crime is too much.
First of all, I like how you're rolling dice on your odds when it comes to your supernatural experience. Like, maybe I get the fun one.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like the
But
casual one that just runs into the wall, and then you just maybe I don't need to pee today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like that. I like that perspective on things because like like when we had Teddy on the show and like Teddy was saying like no it's like it's the most they do things that I can't even imagine like like supernatural, but like I like your approach to it where it's like there's a whole spectrum of the supernatural, and that means that the odds of you like even if you encounter something supernatural, whether it's going to be like scary or just downright silly, like the odds are down there. But yeah, I like that approach to it as well. I think that kind of adds a layer to the conversation I've never actually considered, the fact that there's that broader spectrum of supernatural as well.
But what about you, Win?
But what about me? Like which one do I find more terrifying?
Yeah.
People.
Huh?
100% people.
Yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
you
Because
give me like get off my yawn,
no, not
my
not,
lawn
not
kind of vibes.
not those kind of people but like but it's
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
they're frightening in a different way, but like no, it's 100%. I don't mean people are like people in general scare me, but like true crime itself, like it's exactly like what you said. Like these are normal looking people. There's no when it comes to like when it comes to murderers or anything like that, like they don't necessarily will look like murderers. They sometimes just look like you or me, and then you find out that they killed and ate their whole family or something like that. So yeah, no, they
Man.
it frightens me way more. I don't think it's visceral like look in the corner of your room kind of thing like what was that. I think it's more disturbing, and I think that's the part where it frightens me more. That now I kind of like when I think about it, I understand why every time you record an episode you need to go take a shower after that, because it feels like it really does get under your skin.
Yeah, man. Ugh.
Ugh. I like how we're starting to end things on such a high note as well.
Yeah.
Such light-hearted conversations we're having now.
I'm definitely scared of people, like more scared of true crime and stuff.
Right.
But I feel like that's where the binary shit comes in, right? Like until we have a true definition, right? I'm scared of both.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go on like
No, like
Yeah.
legit like 50-50. Because I'm not a spiritual leader or anything. I'm not trained in the mystics arts, right? So I can't defend myself.
you can guess what last movie he saw was.
Yep. I can't I can't defend myself against the supernatural. I need to get a specialist. Whereas a human, I mean, chances are because I can touch you and I can feel you, so I still can hurt you to a certain extent if I need to defend myself. So I'm a lot more confident in that, and I can think like you. Whereas like in the realm of supernatural, it's very hard. We have a set of rules that don't disrespect them, blah blah blah, all this, but we don't know what they are thinking. That's the scary part, you see. So I'm on the fence, like on both. Yeah.
That's a fair point, man. So which like Muay Thai gym do you go for? And I'm gonna join you now. Like which one? Like quick, just send it. Like I want to feel confident as well.
No, I don't.
It's not Muay Thai gym, it's not Abeng. So, that's
Learn
his
from the
gym.
streets.
No, I squat lah. The Asian squat.
That's what it's going to say first.
That's
The Asian squat. The squat
squats.
game very strong. You just squat.
Damn. That's all it takes. Okay, I got it. Jotting down notes.
Nice. So, for me, I will feel totally full after eating it.
Oh my god.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a nice comment. So Calvin says that there's a new Malaysian movie called KNN Di Desa Penari. It's horrifying and it's a true story. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, go check it out. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah,
Thanks, Calvin.
sounds good.
All right. And
The last
now-
question, we always ask all our guests this question. So,
What scares you the most? It can be anything, not necessarily supernatural. My answer, many people know, is lizards. Carl's answer, also lizards. So, your answer doesn't necessarily have to be lizards, but what scares you the most?
So right, there's this story. So right, I still remember, and once again, it's in the army. So this is we were all in the bunk.
they don't want him to talk about it.
You hung again, man. What? It's very coincidental here, okay?
Wait. They really don't want him to talk about it. Okay, now that's a very awkward silence.
Well, don't.
Let's wait for him to recover.
Yes, Guang Jin, once you recover, you can tell us what scares you the most. Tread lightly on how you're going to tell that story, because apparently you got hung the moment you started telling the story, so... He say what, not me.
Hello.
You're back.
Nice,
Okay.
you're back.
Oh my god, this is so freaky. If I continue speaking and it hangs again, I'll just say something else. So right, so in the army, right, in CISPEC, and I still remember, like, there was this cockroach that just was like walking. Then we're all like, casual cockroach. Then like one of my friend was like, hey bro, there's a cockroach. And I was like, yeah. Then after that, right, the cockroach like started like, it's a bit like Conjuring. The cockroach like started freaking out. Then it started flying. Then all of us ran out, of like the bunk, and we're like, oh my god. Then we had like all of our trainers there, and our trainers were like, what are you doing? Like, this noise. And they were very prepared, to like punish us. Then one of my friends shouted, Encik, there's a flying cockroach. Then the Encik was like, okay. Then he just went off. So my answer is actually, I think a flying cockroach is really scary. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
And since Enciks themselves accept it as a scary thing, I think it's fair. I feel okay.
It's all fun and games, like you're all men, and until like the cockroach start flying, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's when you run away.
Correct.
Did you slap a flying cockroach once?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did. With a sleeper.
It's one of the bravest things I've ever heard.
Yeah. It was purely like reactional. That was reaction. Like, it was late at night. It was back in the Golden Mouse studio. I was like editing Ghost Maps or something until like I think 10, 11-ish. Pretty sure I was alone on that floor. So I saw something black on the door, or my neighbor's door. I was like, what was that? Like, it looks like a chichak. If it's a chichak, I'll run. I'm very scared of chichaks. Right? And then I saw, it's a cockroach. And then this cockroach at the same time, like almost, the meme, like, realized that this guy is here.
Yeah.
In front of my face, this guy is here. He flew towards me. And I ducked.
Oh.
So it's like damn drama. So I ducked. And then the cockroach, right, landed on the wall in front of me, and then it flew towards me again. That's when I took out my slippers and I smacked the shit out of it. I just smacked, and then it just flew on the ground. And then I was like, "You asshole! Let me get my Dyson vacuum. I'm gonna kill you." So I was like, "I don't touch it, right?" So I was, and it's a pregnant cockroach. It's a female, so you can see like there's kind of like eggs on it. So I don't want to touch it. It's gross, right?
You home wrecker.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a home wrecker. So I went to find that, and then the more I came back, gone. That asshole disappeared. So I panicked. I'm like, I cannot let it lay its eggs here. So I tried to find it. After like half an hour and going back to the toilet and stuff, I found it, and then I vacuumed it. It didn't kill it, so it was stuck in the vacuum. So I keep pressing the trigger button, so it's like like doing this in the tornado. I did that. I hold all the way to the toilet, and then I just unload it and then flush it down the toilet. And that was how I like killed flying cockroach.
Oh my god.
I think that was the duck and the slap, right? That was like purely reaction. I don't know. Like the Asian man came out like that's the first thing slipper.
That is not just Asian man, that's stereotypical Asian man, like the kung fu move all.
And you know, it's even more Asian when you know that the slipper I bought in the Bangkok market. It's like for like it was like 50 cents sing. Yeah, so that the rubber is extra like wow, that proper like your mum kind of slipper whack people on.
I never get tired of hearing the story.
Yeah, so I killed
Wow,
cockroach.
no, as in, oh my god, it's like that's mad brave, eh? That you're just like, boom, take out and like hit it, but also like the cockroach was trying to attack you, eh? It flew to you
Yeah.
twice, eh?
No, I felt
Right.
like personally attacked. Like this
Yeah.
cockroach was like trying to
Yeah.
like you bitch. Like all men tremble with in front of me. Why are you standing? So like I'm gonna fly towards your
Yeah.
face.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's exactly what's going through the cockroach mind. It's like it always has a sense of power, right? And you're the first time.
I feel like cockroach.
So
know
what's
lah. They just know. I feel like all the pests, right? They know. They have this sense, right? They know, like when you enter the room, they know whether if you're afraid of them. I feel so.
Correct.
There was a theory, not a theory. There was like a rumor. Like I think I heard it from like my elders or something. Like they were saying that they know whether if you're scared of them. You can look at the reaction. Like my wife is super afraid of cockroach. So like cockroach will always approach her. But when I enter the room, right, cockroach see me, they run. They know that I'll kill them.
Damn.
Yeah. So I guess it's true to some extent. But chichaks, right, they will run towards me. Or they will like just stay there, like they will pose like models and shit. They're like, oh yeah, I'm on the wall now. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here now. They will not run away. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now that's the true
There's really a
horror.
lot of cockroaches in your life. It's kind
Yes.
of crazy.
I want to we've this to me has been the most terrifying part of this entire episode. But I want to end while we're still on the topic, I want to end on a positive note.
Yes.
Positive note was there's been a chicha at my house since Christmas. And recently my partner, we came home, we found the chicha and she killed it and she disposed of it while I stood like one room away going
Wait, so the chicha is basically the Grinch lah.
no lah, the Grinch
Oh my
the
god.
Grinch would ruin Christmas.
Be.
This chicha has been playing on my mind since Christmas.
So you just ruined Christmas and all the way lah, the rest of your year. Ah.
yeah.
It's
So
just
it's
like Mega Grinch.
yeah, Mega Grinch. Okay, that will be my
For
name.
seasonal Grinch.
Yes.
Shades his fur during summer.
I am. That's what I'm going to call this monster that's been plaguing me since Christmas. The Mega Grinch. So the Mega Grinch has been there hiding, and I knew he was still there somewhere. Finally, my partner, she killed it. Not only did she kill it, like she would, the bastard went underneath like kitchen cabinets and everything, and she lay on the floor to find him. He ran past her face. She killed it and she disposed of it. Like, you want to talk about true love? That's true love.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's-
much. Yeah, that's true love.
It is,
True love, right?
That's
is,
not only true love. That's like Like bravery. Somebody should give her a medal.
Oh, believe me, I'm thinking about it.
You are
I'm
making
thinking
it right now.
You need to make like the medal, like
Yeah.
Chicha Killer of the Year.
yes.
She was like,
so funny.
she was like, does this mean that I'm now accepted as part of the family? It's like, no, you were accepted as part of the family a long time ago. Now you are higher ranking than some people who have been in this family since birth.
Yeah.
So that's how far you've come.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
All right, shall we start?
That's a
with this?
very nice.
I wanted to end
Right.
it on a very nice.
So
positive note.
we do a recap, right? So we started off
Yes.
with talking about true crime,
Yes,
right? Then we talk about a little bit of ghost stories, okay?
there's some true crime here and there.
Yeah,
in between
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Then we talked about what do you talk about?
Freegans for a while.
Free guns.
Morgan Freegan.
Then
Morgan
we talk
Freegan,
about
yes.
eating your own toll,
Yep.
and and then we talk about what did you talk about?
Too many weird.
Terminator.
things.
Terminator.
Terminator. My
AI,
God, I can't believe I
Terminator.
completely forgot about it.
Missing 411.
Possessed.
Yeah, and then we
Yes.
talk about ghost stories, and then now we talk about pests.
That Terminator
Nice.
thing is gonna be like at least 2 weeks with him.
Nice. Yeah.
And we're
I
gonna-
feel like a podcast, one of like the best, some of the best podcast talk shows, right, in Singapore, right, should attempt to talk about cockroach for like 2 hours.
I thought you were gonna say some of the best podcasts just go off the rails very quickly, which is what we do. All right, Guang Jin,
Yes.
one last time before we call it a night, could you tell us where people can find Heinous, how often it comes out, and
Awesome.
anything you want to tell them about Heinous?
Yeah, do it.
Awesome. So, hi everyone. I'm super excited to share with you about Heinous. If you haven't listened to us already, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. we are out. You can find us on Spotify and all of the places that you listen to your podcasts. And Heinous is an Asian true crime podcast which will give you a revived look. So we'll go into like a creepily immersive experience for you to just kind of like hear the key events and for you to, so to speak, get a sense of flavor of what has been happening. So thank you so much for all the support. Also, thank you for featuring me on Dead Air. Super excited for this episode to be out. And yeah, follow us on Heinous.
That's awesome, man. Please, we were happy to have you on the show as well. We were
Yeah.
glad to find out that you wanted to be on the show as well. So the feeling is very much mutual.
Yeah, definitely mutual. Hope to see you on this show again.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have you back on
Yeah,
the show.
we're definitely
Definitely.
gonna have you back. Maybe physically, or maybe at like.
And we should discuss about, like, we should allocate a portion of our time to talk about the Terminator thing. Like, I really think there's a story here.
Dude, you should reach out to the guys at Longkang Kitties. I'm sure John is in the comments somewhere. He would love to talk about that.
Oh,
in
yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
we should all be on there to talk about that, like that whole
Correct.
theory. Like I
Correct.
almost want to set up like a conspiracy theory podcast just
Yeah.
to talk about all this weird shit.
Yeah.
Like what if like you see you see
At least 2 weeks, I'm gonna have to deal
you
with
see
this.
like what if like cockroaches right and like chichas are actually like punished spirits or souls of humans who have committed really terrible shit. Yeah, and all they
Correct.
can do to torment other humans is just by scaring them.
Well, they're
Correct.
doing a good job.
Exactly.
Wow,
That's why they are
yeah.
pests. But they
Yeah.
have it's a high risk, high return kind of shit. So they scare you, right? But there's a high chance that they will get killed. So yeah. So wrapping up.
You see what you started. We wrap up here. I'm still gonna have to listen to this. All right. Shall I do the
Yeah.
the usual?
You're the
Alright.
best.
Oh, you. All right. So new episodes of Ghost Maps go online every second and fourth Thursday of the month on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and all major platforms. To make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe now and follow us on social media at We Are HANTU. That's one word. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it. WEAREHANTU. Yay! Can do song all now. If you'd like to share your own stories that could inspire future episodes of Ghost Maps, you can reach us through the contact form on hantu.sg or message us directly through Facebook and Instagram. You can also be one of our supporters on Patreon at patreon.com/wearehantu. Again, that's WEAREHANTU. All right, Kyle, let's do this.
Yep.
On a 1 and a 2 and a
And
3.
three.
And
And
remember,
remember,
just because they're stories, it doesn't mean they're not true. Thank you,
Alright.
Guan Jin.
Thank you,
everybody,
thank you,
for tuning
everybody.
in.
Thank you,
Thank
Guan Jin.
Good night.
Cheers. Good night.
Thanks everyone. Good night.
Bye, guys.